Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we're going to be playing the Florian list, that one calling Kobe. I keep wanting to say Kobe, but I feel like that's just me being an uncultured American because I'm just like, Kobe. Anyway, calling Kobe champion. I forgot the gentleman's name. Sorry, I forgot his name. Ended up taking down the event on Florian, which was pretty cool. I think that made a lot of people happy, to be honest, because Florian, I think, has felt a little underrepresented by a lot of people, across the metagame in general, kind of since Rosetta's release. I feel like, I feel like Aurora has really, dominated since Rosetta's release. So I feel like you're kind of seeing that, Florian, people have felt like Florian was very powerful, but not seeing the respect or the limelight that he deserved. So I'm actually pretty excited to play Florian tonight. This list looks pretty cool. We have finagled some things around on the sideboard to see what we might want to be playing in certain matchups and things like that. But the deck looks pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to play it. Should be a good time. Hey, Ben, Havoc, James, Trent, what's up, dude? You got today's stream to work? My man said you got today's stream to work. Bro, I felt so bad that I couldn't stream with Trent last week. Don't worry. Trent's stream is coming on Thursday. Zen Masterclass coming on Thursday. Don't everybody worry. Tatsuya Okanishi. I really hope I said that right. King, thank you for throwing that in there. I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate that. Heard the winning Florian played against a lot of Assassin and Earth Heroes, and into a lot of Assassin and Earth Heroes are solid into Assassin. Playing well plus a little bit of luck to win callings. I mean, hey, playing well and getting a little lucky, that's exactly how you win events, dude. That's exactly how you win events, 100%, Matt. But I'm excited. The Florian list should be cool. We also have Nathaniel, who's going to be hanging out with us tonight. We're getting ready to undeafen here and say hi to Nathaniel. He's going to be playing Aurora against us, and then we're going to be playing the Mirror a little bit tonight. Him and I are both going to PT London, and we're working on the Aurora deck together, so we're going to see what everything looks like. Nate, what's up, dude?
Not much.
There he is. I was like, what? She left. He's left or something. I was like, he's left to go get something to eat. I don't know. Whatever Nathaniel does when he's not around. But without further ado, let's take a look at the deck list here and talk about what we're going to be playing tonight. So, everybody brace yourself. I'd use Febrarian light mode. So I've been told that I'm like an animal for this. Nate, let me see here. I'll just share my screen with you just so you don't have to try and find the stream and stuff like that. I'll just share my screen so that you can see it. But yeah, this is the deck that we are looking at. This is the deck that we're looking at playing tonight. I really like that we're playing a deck that can play well grounded. It's one of my favorite equipments that I never get to play in anything. I really like well grounded. I think it's going to work out really well for us tonight. So also kind of happy Zen didn't win this weekend because Thursday would be awkward. I mean, that's fair. He would have LL'd. So it's a pretty fair point, Trent. I get what you're saying. Cash and Dixie are watching with me. Dude, Ben, talk about putting the pressure on somebody, huh? Talk about putting the pressure on somebody. Cash and Dixie are watching, bro. At least use a different color, if not black. Yo, I love the white background, man. It makes it easy to see. Anyway, I know I'm an animal. The one of Channel Mount Heroic is really spicy. I think that's pretty interesting. I like that we have the tree just to be able to make the rune chant pretty much clear whatever we need to against Enigma. Is what I've been told is why we like the tree in certain matchups. So also Canopy Shelter is a card that I really like. I think this card fits really well into the deck. I don't know. I think this just works really well with the Mordred Tide ability. I wish it was a block 3, but I think we all do. I think it's just the world that we wish we were living in. The other cool card that I really like that we have in the deck is Trot Along. I like that this card actually is seeing play. Plus the art is insane. Look at that goat or ram or whatever the hell it is, bro. Just look at it. It's just vibing, dude. It's got this faceplate on and it's just vibing. It's just big chilling. So I do really like the art on this. I like this card a lot. Being able to give a weapon go again, plus just being a blue 3 block really works. You can also just give Swarming Loomveil go again if you need to. So there's a lot of random things you can do with it. In the sideboard, we have some cool cards. Runic Reclamation is a card that does not see play enough, in my opinion. I think that this card has really good play into a lot of really solid matchups. One, it's a popper that doesn't get hit by Herald of Triumph. Two, it is great at destroying Embodiment of Lightning. It's great at destroying Channel Lightning Valley. We can destroy a Felty with this. I like this card a lot. I think it works really well, and it hits a lot of the things that we're looking for. Like bright yellow, brother. Bright yellow. Can you even make your background a different color, or is it just white or black? Like, is that your only options?
There's like 6 different colors.
Oh, okay, cool. We might look and see if there's a light blue. I do like light blue. It's one of my favorite colors. Speaking of light blue, did y'all see that University of North Carolina got into the NCAA tournament? I mean, personally, I feel like we robbed West Virginia and Indiana, but, you know, we won't get into the specifics tonight. I know a lot of people...
Yeah, I think I put them losing round 1, so...
Yeah, to San Diego State? Yeah, I think I'm going to take San Diego State, too. Anyway... Oh, man. Eugene sees a gym, the double Blood Rush turn. Dude, so the fact that, like, Eugene actually, like, killed Dick Butcher out of nowhere was wild. Like, that was actually a wild, dude. That was actually, like, a wild game to watch. I went back and watched it a couple times because, like, Eugene was just, like, one, he had enough resolve, in my opinion, to actually go for, like, you know, the Scabs roll, but also, like, he played really well. So, anyway. I do really like the blue Battlefront Bastions. I don't know that they're supposed to be sideboard in the deck that I'm running. They're probably supposed to be in the main deck, to be honest. Battlefront Bastions and then probably the blue Summers Falls are probably just supposed to be in the main deck, to be honest. And we're probably just supposed to pay 51 card main. These are all just things that I'm kind of like considering and like looking at and like thinking maybe we play these in some matchups, maybe we don't. I do think Shelter and Sink Below are sideboard. The Weakest Link as a 2-of is pretty cool. I'm not sold on This Round's on Me. Like, that card's fine. I don't know. Without Tunic, like, it's just really weird. Like, I think you need Tunic to have this card in your deck. I really like Truce. I honestly think this could just be a third Truce and a third The Weakest Link, and you could just call it a day. But anyway, that's where we're at. That's what we're playing. Nathaniel's going to play Aurora into us. We're also going to play the Mirror tonight. So it should be fun. We should have a good night. Let's see. I've already got the deck queued up here. Let me see. Stop sharing my screen. Nathaniel doesn't need any help. And then you'll be like, oh, don't worry, I'm just thinking, as he's like looking at my hand through Discord.
Just looking.
Exactly.
Just take a little peek.
Duke's better? Get out of here. Somebody ban Moose. Somebody ban Moose. He's done. He's done for the night.
The number 2 seed happens to be better than the number 16 seed or whatever the heck they are.
Bro, we were an 11 seed. We're an 11 seed play in game.
Crazy.
Yeah, I agree. It is crazy. So we're gonna run Sink Belows. We're gonna run Shelter from the Storm. I think we're supposed to run 2 Weakest Links and 1 Summers Fall. We have blue Summers Falls in the deck, so that gives us 2 ways to just kind of deal with Channel. Is there any world we're supposed to cut 2 Channel the Millennium Trees and bring in 2 blue or 2 red Summers Falls? Or maybe we cut 2 Bramble Sparks and we leave in Channel the Millennium Tree because it's an Earth 3 block. I don't know. We'll try it like this.
I think you want the non-attack actions to be able to play into the chest as easily as possible.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want This Round's on Me. I doubt it. I mean, Runic also seems pretty good. We're going to try it like this first and see what happens. So Purgatory, Barkskin, Grasp, and Boots, and we'll see what happens. Do we know why Null Rune Boots weren't used into Aurora? I'm going to be honest, Matt. I actually think it was a pretty greedy decision to not play Null Rune Boots into Aurora in top 4. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, they ended up winning the game and going on to win the whole tournament, but I do think it was probably just incorrect, to be honest. Yeah, I like having the blue Bastions in the main deck as well. I can imagine that fits really well with the blue cost and like the curve of the deck. Plus, like, we were going to play him in this matchup regardless, just because blue Battlefront Bastion is absolutely insane in this matchup. So I think it works out really well. Ooh. Nate's not running AB into us. Interesting.
Oh shoot, I forgot the AB.
We'll see how it goes this game. You may not need it.
Yeah, let's see.
What do you fuse with? A somersault?
Mm-hmm.
We'll say no blocks here. I guess we'll just go ahead and do this. We can put this on the bottom, I guess. It's not a bad card to have for next turn. I don't hate this. I don't hate this. So we know he has an Entwined Lightning. I think Nate's deciding how he wants to, like, play this. There's a world I was just supposed to, like, give the card we sank and the Summersfall here. I think we'll just go ahead and do this, just so that we can get the extra cards in there. We're just going to say no blocks here. I mean, I'm actually pretty okay with this because we're taking 3 and Nate doesn't have an arsenal here. Like, and there's no, like, on-hit effect, so I think this is pretty good for us. Plus, we put 2 Earth cards into the graveyard, which feels pretty clean. That's right, Earth Guardian gameplay, for sure. We do not have the ability to decompose. We can... Do we want to Arsenal this? I think this is better in Arsenal, right? But also, like, this just has way better disruption. So I can go E-Strike, putting this on the bottom of the deck into Activate Grasp and Reaping Blade, and then Arsenal this and kind of, like, set up for next turn. Yeah, I think that arsenaling this card is just a strictly better play here, and we can try to pressure Nate here a little bit. Yeah, I actually completely agree. I would have held the lightning press for Arsenal there as well, Matt. I guess we technically had the line where we could have broken the combat chain and then thrown the felling there as well, which I guess would have been fine. Oh, you're playing Written in the Stars? Wild.
I took the Calling Kobe list just to see how I feel about it.
Is this putting Tam's list?
Yes, this one's putting Tam's list.
So
the other one
you didn't
way
even have
more
Lightning
wild.
Greaves in the deck then.
Oh yeah.
It's like you don't even have Lightning Greaves as an option. Because I remember watching that, like I was looking at his like list or whatever, and I was like, bro, I was like, what? What are we doing?
Crazy.
I was pretty taken back. Yeah, we'll just block 6 here. I think blocking 6 is a pretty safe play. And then we get to just go ahead and plow under here. So if Nate's got like a channel or something, he has to play it now.
Yucky. I wish it was a channel.
And then we'll just go ahead and get the Oath. We only need one more Earth card to decompose again. We shouldn't be too bad, I would think. Maybe I was supposed to block with the Germinate there, just to like try and get more Earth cards going so that we could keep this plan fueled. I hate that we're only attacking for 2 here, to be honest, but I think that this works out okay for us because we clear out whatever Nate's arsenal was. I mean, I don't know how we're not supposed to block with this.
I don't know. Seems like
It's free
throw to me.
It's free real estate. Free real estate. Yo, Weasel, what's up, dude? How are you, buddy?
Still gonna throw it at you, I guess. Easiest snatch of your life.
I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty nice to block the snatch with 1 card. Come on, let this matter.
What in the world?
Let this matter, please. Oh, man. You know, the last time I played Florian, I really enjoyed playing it. Like, the deck is a lot of fun. I think Florian's like a really cool hero. And like, having Mordred like on a stick is really fun.
Mm-hmm. Don't mind me while I try to figure out what I gotta do.
So it sounds like this matters. I love the weakest link because sometimes it is really good, but sometimes it just doesn't matter. Oh yeah, we're getting cards. You love to see it. You love to see it. Buddy of mine picked up a thing for me from Roanoke, but some dork had scribbled Zach Phillips all over it. Can you believe it? I am glad that made it to you. I'm glad that made it to you, buddy. That's awesome, Weasel. I love that got to you, brother. Yo, and you brought in defense reactions? Yo, Nate's on some sauce tonight. This is not what I was playing into him last night, which I went 5-0 with, by the way. Anyway. Oh, dude, Weasel, I'm so glad that made it to you, brother. That's awesome. I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that.
Rabble. Just rabbling.
Yo, Pausarino, big dog. It's not very cash money of you. Oh my god, what is this? My brother in Raw, what is this? Insanity. I mean, I think Azuri and Florian are both super fun. I never really got into Azuri because, like, she just seems like... She just kind of seems like a worse version of, like, Dorinthia, is how I've always kind of felt about her, which I know is, like, not an accurate take and most people don't like that. But I don't know. This round's on me, an embodiment of Earth feels nasty. I mean, being able to block 4... Actually, am I just supposed to get... Am I just supposed to get both of my cards here?
Yeah, Arcane Seeds kind of sucks.
I mean, like, if this was 4 rune chance, it'd matter.
Yeah.
But I am fueling my graveyard with Earth cards now. Which means I'm going to draw a Rubon Carapace and you're going to cry. We didn't draw a Rubon Carapace, Chad. Don't tell him.
Just too bad.
Clearly the only logical solution. I should have put on my Taylor Crawford hat and just drew better. Forehead. Mm-hmm. I've been here standing on business for months and now everyone knows. King of mid-range. Bow to your tree king, bro. Foxy, that's hilarious, dude. Has Twitch decided to circumvent ad blocking? Is that now a thing it's doing? Ugh. Awkward. We're never lucky, are we? We're never lucky.
Except when you hit Ravels.
Yo, Pausarino, big dog.
Skizzic for 3.
Oh, because I had to defend with Grasp. Dedoy. Oh man, is this a bait? Am I getting baited right now? I actually think it's worth you giving me snaps here. Like, I actually just think that's worth it to me.
Card hand be?
I don't know.
It could be pretty good.
It could be pretty good.
Could be pretty good.
Yo, what's up, Martin? How are you, buddy? Joke's on him. I'm going to throw Scar for Scar at him. I wanted to be the lower life. Oh, deal. Deal.
Oh. Just the worst.
You love to see it, as they say.
At least you're inefficient and you're earth banishing.
I mean, yeah, it's not great. I don't know. It might honestly almost be correct to get 3 there.
Oh, did you have 3 to do?
Yeah.
I think it's almost always just 3. There's always a hand. You're putting another one in there.
I mean, yeah, I'll only have 1.
Yeah. You only have 1, but I mean, you could just Arsenal root bound for another time and.
All right. Well, then we'll try it.
3.
Then we'll try it. I'm doing well, Martin. I'm doing well, man. I'm excited to play a little bit of Florian tonight. It's not a deck I've got to play a ton of. It was only my 3rd thumbnail I'd ever made for Florian lifetime, but I am excited to play it tonight. Florian seems really cool. Big Sag. We are not in there like swimwear, as I might have led you all to believe in the past. Wonder if I'm supposed to discard this. Probably not, right? I have been singing the song The Scat Man, if anybody is aware. I've been singing that song all day.
And yesterday.
Was I singing it yesterday too?
You were singing something yesterday. I can't remember what it was doing.
Oh, I was singing Safety Dance yesterday. SSAAFFEETTTTY. Say safety dance. Do 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 do. Hardly ever wrong unless you know what next turn is decomposing. Think 3 was correct there as well. Okay, I mean that makes sense. Listen, I believe you guys. You guys know way more about this deck than I do.
Have like a whole extra decompose pretty much is just almost always wrong.
I mean, and it's really interesting because now that we've done that, like I now have 3 cards. I now have 3 Earth cards. So yeah. I now have 3 Earth cards in my graveyard that we can use to set this up and turn on Florian. Yo, WTF what, Smurf? Is Written in the Stars not worth playing? I don't think it's worth playing personally. I have not enjoyed playing the card, but Pudding Tam was playing it, so, you know.
All of them, I think both of them were playing it.
Take that for what it's worth. Like, maybe me and Nathaniel are just bag nuns.
I think it's just bad.
Did you happen to see my personal altar project? Are you talking about the ones you posted today? The Kiss of Deaths, Martin? Just about to hear the whole song on stream and get DMCA'd. Listen, I don't think it works that way if I'm singing. I mean, I don't even think I want to tree against you.
Just free damage.
It's free real estate.
Yeah, you should just take all the damage and throw a tree. Set up tree for next turn.
I'm trying to decide if I want to Purgatory here.
Do it, I dare you.
I actually am thinking about it. No clue if it's correct here.
Fine, I guess.
Yo. Pog, what a draw, dude. We're so good at this game.
Should have just thrown 7.
Why don't I like Written in the Stars? I don't like Written in the Stars because I think it's another card that opens us up to getting fatigued. Plus, like, the ceiling of that card has been, like, fine. It was okay. It's not really impressed me a ton yet, if I'm being honest. I don't think the card is bad necessarily. I just think that Heaven's Claws works better and has more synergy with our deck. Heaven's Claws is a card that can be attack. Like, we can attack for 3 off of Tunic if we need to. We can, somersault that back to our hand. I actually really, really like you. Anyway, I actually really, really like Heaven's Claws. It's been a very good addition to the deck, and so I'm honestly just not a big fan of... I've just not been a big fan of Written in the Stars. It's generally easy to get them into the yard. Yeah, I think I'm definitely kind of learning here. We're gonna say no blocks. Curious to know if he's got it or not. I did just pitch the Summer's Fall, so...
Oh, shoot. Let me go back to the start of this turn.
Okay.
Got a way better.
Yeah, just start it over.
Wait, no. We're good. We're good.
Just kidding.
No, just kidding. I lied.
Okay. Yeah, his turn sucks. He lied.
I lied.
Yo, what's up, Mekadu? Written in the Stars fills a gas. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is end all be all correct, but it has not seemed good. In the couple of games that I have played, it has felt extremely mediocre. It's just been okay. And I would rather just have the blue 3 block. And I understand it's the same 3 block, but I would rather have the same 3 block that allows me to... I would rather just have the same 3 block that I can somersault back and attack with later if I need to. I think Written in the Stars is good for a pitch stack combo version of Aurora. When you say pitch stack combo version of Aurora, are you referencing Are you referencing the cash out version or whatever the heck it's called? Something like that. Is that what you mean? Although admittedly, Written in the Stars did look pretty good right there. I still don't think it's worth it though.
No, it kind of sucked.
All right. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better about what Nathaniel just had to say. Do you think we're getting in a more slower or defensive meta now? I mean, I don't know. Aurora was still a lot of the top 8 decks from a lot of tournaments as of recent. I don't know that I would say we're really trying to slow down or anything, but I mean, it's very possible that we're going to get into one of those more mid-rangey formats. I mean, what people would call I think a lot of people are saying that Florian is just the best Guardian right now. And I mean, I don't entirely disagree, but I still don't think Florian has a great matchup into Aurora. I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't think it's good either. I think you got to work for it for sure if you want it. I mean, yeah, so you could just stack up everything and just try to go all in like that, but I don't know. I don't know that I like the idea of just trying to pitch stack combo Aurora. I don't against the the Enigma deck where you had 9 copies of Count Your Blessings, it made sense, but I don't think there's a deck in the format that you really need that for. I don't know. Definitely don't think it works into most matches and is just anti-fatigue. So it's really weird, Chris, because I don't even know we have to be very specific when we say that that is anti-fatigue. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on right now.
Absolutely nothing.
I was like, I think we're going to take the rune chant here. If I block here, I get to activate this, throw this, and then arsenal this. Yeah, I think this is fine. But I mean, yeah, like I don't know. Like it's very specific kind of anti-fatigue because like you can't even like really pitch stack it super cleanly, in my opinion, against a deck like New with all of the disruption that they offer. So I think that I don't even know that like that's really like an entirely true statement. Like anti-fatigue against like certain kinds of fatigue, sure, but like even then, I don't know. Like I feel like we're kind of stretching it. We definitely need to take the calling results with a grain of salt. China's overall meta leans really hard into aggro, and the list he played is teched very well into that. Oh yeah, you could tell looking at like a lot of the lists.
How do you like this?
I'm trying to refresh. I don't know. I don't know, man. The defense reactions are weird. Like, I don't know that I like them.
I really don't like it either. I just wanted to put sigils in, honestly. And then, because...
Just trying to get me?
Yeah, trying to get you.
I have to say, I played against a Rhinar earlier. Dude, I played against a Rhinar earlier, and I had Zap Clappers in, and my man didn't even present AB, and I was like, brother, strap in. I think it's correct to prevent the damage here. And then just Arsenal and set up for next turn. I could be wrong, but I think it is. I think that's the better play. We're technically trading like 1 for 1 here. Well, we're trading 1 for 2. I'm technically losing a point on this exchange by not throwing the Reaping Blade, but I think we also need to keep our life total up. I'm going to stick with my play here. I don't know. I'm going to stick with this line and see how it pans out for us. Because I think we could immediately get punished for our decision making is what I was going to say. The fact that Nathaniel doesn't have, too many cards is solid for us. I like Written in the Stars. My limited Aurora knowledge, it's still a blue block 3 at worst. My biggest problem with Written in the Stars is that it does not work. It does not work with Somersault. I want my blues to be able to work with Somersault.
You got 2 of them.
And I was like, thankfully we had 2 to blow out.
Kinda is.
Is it valuable to guarantee another aggro card in that slot? When you say in that slot? I mean, this is just worth 2 cards, right? Like every day of the week and twice on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the burn up effect? Thankfully, you don't have Tunic.
Yeah, I was really sad not to have Tunic on that one.
And we do just get to throw 5 here. I am personally in the boat right now of taking for Prism. And a lot of people have just been playing Balance of Justice and they feel like it's enough. I have yet to really try that, but I know that like my theory of having the 3 poppers in the sideboard has been working more consistently. And also, like, I think one of the things that's really cool about it is that a lot of people aren't ready for it, I've noticed online. I don't know if that'll be the case, at the PT or not, but it has been fitting so far. Miss me with this Terra nonsense. Dude, somebody today actually went out of their way to comment on my Terra video from the other day and say, thanks for making a video about this. I won my Dromai with Skirmish because 3 people were playing your deck. And I was like, what a backhanded compliment. I was like, what a weird thing to say to somebody. It was pretty funny, though. I did get a kick out of it, to be honest. I really like this turn. This is the first one we've gotten to throw at all. We pitched one earlier. Or I guess we put one on the bottom with E-Strike earlier, I guess is technically what we did. But I like being able to throw the felling here. Just being able to, like, you know, come in for like majority of Nate's life total and also take a card from his hand is really good. If Nate does have channel into like Sigil here, we're just gonna have to cry. More or less the golden standard, since it did win, it's kind of a blueprint. I mean, I definitely think that if we're talking about the Florian build, I think there's a lot of things that the gentleman that won got correct, in my opinion. I think there's a lot of things that he got correct. Like Blue Battlefront Bastion and Blue Trot Along are great cards to have in the deck. There are definitely some things that, like, I don't think it's really teched for Enigma very well, was what I was noticing. And I could be wrong. Maybe that's like my lack of knowledge. Maybe that's my lack of, like, you know, Florian knowledge. But it does not seem very teched into Enigma, and I think that's a problem. How many channels have we seen? 2? I'm only seeing 2. We've seen all the Arc Lightnings. And we've seen 2 presses, all the Arc Lightnings, and 2 channels.
I'll tell you've seen 3 channels.
What? Oh, you pitched one? Yeah. Well, without you telling me that, I would make this block, so I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Trot Along getting banished off a new is probably terrifying. I comboed Naive hard with Aurora round 1 and just bricked into a double CNC Might and Pummel. Yeah, that sucks, dude. That's tough, Sloth.
Honestly, I'd rather just get this out of my hand than throw a dead card at you.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I think we're just going to have to block here because we're not going to be able to gain 2 life. We have a higher life total than Nate, so...
And you got filling in your hand. It's just too bad.
You don't know that.
I would hope that you did if you just did that.
You don't know that. Immediately proceeds to play the felling.
Oh my god, Written in the Stars is so bad.
Yes, let the hate flow through you.
I've got a Somersault, a Written in the Stars, a Burn Open Shock, and then Twilight Lightning.
Okay.
It's just the saddest hand of all time.
So we're seeing exactly what I was talking about. Now, granted, like, I mean, felling for 10 is probably just winning me the game regardless, but still, Nate is, like, kind of proving my point for me right now. Might have been correct to keep that and make 2 rune chants. It definitely could have been. That's for sure. It definitely could have been. I think right now with the way the game's going, I think we're in a situation where, like 10 is just good enough to rip at least 2 cards here. 2 cards that block for 3 is 6. Nate could go down to 1 if he wants to. I don't think he would, but he'd probably give me 2 cards and like a grasp. So... I mean, I guess technically if we go to 10, we can make the 2 rune chants, and then we're forcing another card. So that's pretty powerful.
Accidentally got rid of the 3 block way too fast, but
I see.
I was going in for blocks. So I was like, block with these 2 cards, and I was actually choosing to discard a card.
Do you want to back up and play it differently?
Not really.
Okay. You just send Written in the Stars to the bottom for that intentional pitch stack. Clearly, that's the play. I mean, at this point, like, it just is what it is. So we block 2, make 2 mites, which sets up really well for next turn.
Gotta apply some pressure.
I see.
Yep.
I actually like this play better than just attacking for 6. I mean, yeah, Nate definitely has to draw like the shelter here. Oh my god. So obnoxious. He actually drew the last shelter. Wow. What, do you have the sigil too? Even if you do have the sigil, you have to give me another card. That works. We'll arsenal this and pass a Rooney.
My first serenade
what?
of
It's
the game.
turn 14 and my man said Skyward Serenade. It's turn 14.
My last Skizzik.
Me pa 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 pa. Da 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 da. Dude, Florian's so easy. Not being toxic to Nate for no reason.
For no reason. As if he doesn't do it all the time.
Yeah, well, they don't know that. You like how I talk about chat like they're a child who's not sitting right in front of us as we talk about something?
It's like the parents who stay together until their kid goes to college. They never knew the whole time.
Oh my god, I love it. Do you want to full
I want a whole
sideboard?
different deck.
All right, cool.
This
No doubt.
deck sucks. I don't know how it top aided.
Yeah, putting Tam, your deck
That was the problem.
sucks.
That was the problem.
Clearly. That was the problem.
I do hate it though. It's actually
Did
bad.
you read his message? Like his Twitter post? Did you read it? I sent you a new game
No.
whenever you're ready. He posted on Twitter and talked about how he halfway threw a deck together because he just needed something to play and that it was okay. And I was like, you top 4 to calling, shut the hell up, dude.
He's just better than all of us.
I mean,
That's
bro,
how it is.
honestly though.
He's just so much better.
The only true crazy you take away from the calling was that not a single Syndra made day 2. I mean, yeah, the fact that nobody made day 2 is actually kind of crazy. Like, actually kind of wild. That song stuck in your head. Now, listen, I like to sing a lot of the old catchy, 80s and 90s music now. That's it's my burden to carry. Let's try me going first this time, just to see what happens. So Barkskin, Boots, Purgatory, Grasp. We brought in Shelters, Sinks, Red Summers Falls, and we brought in 2 Weakest Links, and we cut 2 Bramble Sparks, which I think worked out pretty well all in all. We did have some hands that didn't really line up very well with the tree, with the Barkskin, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm here for it. What is this? XX? Do I want to arsenal this? Probably not, right? Like, I just get to play this, and it's X plus 1, so I get to go Rune Chant, Embodiment. Wish we had 2 blues here.
Turn 1 Germinate. Making a couple rune chants. Oh, embodiment, 2 rune chants.
I mean, yeah, it feels like, pretty good to make the embodiment and the 2 rune chants.
It's good.
Plus, it's an earth card.
Draws no non-attacks.
What did you pitch stack my deck for me? Like, what the hell? Oh, dude,
It's just Florian, baby.
Actually,
That's
Drew,
why I literally never make an embodiment of Earth off of Germinate.
defense reaction and 3 attacks, bro. No blues. If you play an Arc Lightning against me because I said that, I swear to God.
I was gonna arsenal it.
The Florian curse. You never draw down attack actions when you have an embodiment. I'm glad it's not just me. At least it sounds like. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. This hand's dog water.
Whatever, dude.
This hand is just actual dark garbage, dude. Like,
welcome to Florian. The joy of Florian is figuring out how you're gonna win through all that dog crap right there that you got in your hand.
Well, I gotta tell you, I need a trounce.
I need a trounce.
Give me a test of strength. Hey, Dave, what's up, dude? Runic could be good, but I was worried about the number of cards we'd be bringing in at that point. I figured I could just try to stick with what I have. Like, just sticking to, like, a clean sideboard. Plus, I didn't, like, want to cut too many cards and make it too awkward. But you're right, Runic could be very good, potentially, setting up in certain situations. I think that because it was turn 0, we were supposed to play the Germinate there, Foxy. And I think that's just because, like, it was turn 0 and it puts an Earth card in our graveyard. We could have thrown the Felling for 4, but I think I would have rather have just pitched it like we did. So, like, setting up the Rune Chance and stuff doesn't seem like a bad play to start the game. Okay. No, what's happening right now? Don't know what's happening right now. Beep, boop, 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 boop. All right, now we're talking. No! Curses. Nathaniel has foiled our plan for the last time, Batman. I mean...
Second D-React?
I'm thinking about it, but, like, there's no reason to. You don't have a channel. Like, it's just 3. No! Scorned.
It's just 3.
God. Last night, Nathaniel and I played a game where he took an Arcane off of Burn Up and Shock as he was playing Florian, which is just objectively correct, by the way. And man, it was a blowout.
Did you had 2 second strikes and a electrostatic discharge?
Oh, dude.
Or a somersault, I mean.
Yeah.
Magnetic somersault.
Yeah, it was, or I had 2 second strikes and a somersault was my hand. Like, it was like basically like an unplayable hand. Like, do I want to decompose this just to get the train rolling? I genuinely can't decide.
Probably, if you already got 3 in there.
I'm also worried about, like, not having to fuel for that when I want it. Scares me a little bit.
Well, you don't have to do all 3 right now. You could have done 2 now and then...
No, I had to do all 3.
3 later.
I had 2 defense reactions.
Yeah,
that's what made it so interesting. I think he ran it into Aurora on stream. It's very possible he did run it into Aurora. I have no doubt that I'm sideboarding incorrectly, Dave. Germinate is a turn 0 or turn 12 play. I agree with the logic. I didn't realize it was turn 0 at the time. Yeah, that was just because it was turn 0. I like the idea of it's a turn 0 or turn 12 play. I actually think that makes a lot of sense. Just based off like how I've seen other Florians play. Because Germinate's such a good like late game card with the blues and the stack and everything. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, we'll just block 3 here. I do think that the Fries are a good card into me. I play Fries into Florian personally because it's a non-conditional lightning starter.
I get to do this.
And I get to do this.
Ah, well, you're just the worst.
Blowout. God, we're so good at this game. The amount of times I've said that should be like criminal.
Yeah, you said it a lot.
I know. Rob just wants me to say, would you like some fries with that? Gussie would be Oldham ready for my LL skirmish. Gonna make them regret not having Fi cards to borrow. Who didn't have Fi cards for you to borrow, bro? Yeah, that's one of my biggest problems is like knowing what to take out and what to keep against certain heroes. And I think a lot of us kind of struggle with that. It's why so many people I've noticed are willing to like, you know, like buy into like sideboard guides and matchup guides and things like that. Which like, I'm not saying that's wrong. I completely get it. I understand where they're coming from. It's just like it's a reason that it works. That like people are so willing to do that because they want to know your exact thoughts when you're putting the deck list together. Like I know a lot of people like ask me for like questions and they're like, hey, like what, like why, when do you bring this in? When do you do this? And you know, so on and so forth. And like, don't get me wrong, I completely get it. I completely understand.
It's always good. Skizzik is always good.
Bro, I've heard that card's good when you play Skyward Serenade before it. But, you know, just minding my own business over here.
Well, it's not in right now, so.
You don't have it in the deck at all?
It's in the deck. It's just not sideboarded in right now.
It's not in your, like, 60 you presented?
Correct.
Bold move, Belichick. Throw it to the wide open Gronk. We're finally playing a real hero. Dude, everybody loves Florian. I mean, to be fair, it is Mordred tied on a stick, which makes it pretty cool. Do 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 do. Yeah, is right. I'm trying to figure out what you're up to over there. That's right, man. I love Florian. I like this quite a bit because I think we want to kind of get aggressive here as well. Like, I know the lightning press is coming, so we're just going to take 5 and go to 23, but I think we get to kind of have like a cool little turn here. So we get to activate Grasp to make a rune chant, and then we're going to play both sides of Arcane Seed's life, go to 24, go up to 3 rune chants, and then it's going to be 3 and 3, which I think is a pretty good split here. One hand Florian, other hand LL Viserai. I mean, Viserai is gone. I'm torn between doing my skirmish this weekend or the Talishar tourney. I mean, listen, no, you know, obviously I'm a little biased, but I would love to have you in the Talishar tourney because I think they're a lot of fun and I love hanging out with all you guys. But, you know, I mean, if you want to go to your skirmish, dude, like, you know, I cannot blame you for that. Yo, this hand stonks. Stonks. I just had to say something.
You did.
You know how cool it is?
A good card.
You know how cool it is when we draw 1 blue and we need it for things that aren't blocking Arcane Barrier? Yo, what's up, Himmel? Dude, thank you so much for getting those things out, man. I am ecstatic to have those cards on the way, brother. Like, wholeheartedly. I am ecstatic to have those cards on the way. I have went back and forth on whether I actually wanted to be buying the rest of, like, the lot. That's pretty much everything I missed that, well, That's not pretty much. It's everything I'm missing to have Aurora completely foiled out. And I was very, very back and forth on whether I even wanted to, like, you know, go that route. But I'm very glad that I did. It really worked out. Plus, I sold one of my gold foils, so I just kind of was like, yeah, I'll just buy Aurora foils. Oh. Yeah, I think we're going to say F it, we ball. We've already taken damage, so, like, Nathaniel's not going to hit us with the Channel Lightning Valley. He's pulling what I like to call the Zach special, where he waits the entire game to draw it. Actually, sorry, I need to block differently. I think we have to block like this just in case Nathaniel has the 4. I think we have to. Yeah, I think it's necessary. Because if he has the 4, we just get to save it for this. And then we get to have a pretty decent turn on the crackback here. And that's exactly why we waited. Good decisions. Good answer. Good answer. I had a friend pick me up a Japanese Aurora Armory deck while they were in Kobe. And I won't get it till the 25th, though. Is the 25th like when they're getting back from their trip? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right, so this is 8, and we're going to force Nathaniel's hand a little bit here. We are going to start looking for a pretty good spot with the Purgatory here. They're in Japan till then. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Nate just gives 2 cards. I actually really like this decision. I could be wrong, but this kind of tells me that I think he has a channel he's wanting to Arsenal. That's what that would tell me personally. Like, that's probably how I would play that. I don't think we give a flying anything about that, so it's just going to be go again. We're just going to try to pressure Nate as much as we can. We do has the goes agains. They spent the month visiting family and used calling Kobe as an excuse. I mean, listen, if you are in a position in your life where you can, like, take a month off work, or if you work remotely and you can travel and see the world for a month like that, you should. That is probably my number one piece of advice that I wish that, like, I had, like, listened to, like, my mom earlier on, is to see the world. My mom has spent my life telling me to see the world, and, like, I really, really wish that, like, I had listened to that advice sooner, because seeing the world is really cool. Like, it's been awesome to travel and, like play the game, see the world, like, accurate. Big facts. Big facts. If Nathaniel had the channel in Arsenal, he's winning the mind game. Because I am so done right now. I don't even know what this fool's up to. Like, he's living in 2050 right now, if that's the case. So we're just going to park this in our arsenal and just save it for another turn. Oh, man. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 boop. The question is, are we going to block this? I mean, we probably have to, right? Like, we probably just have to. I think we're going to have to give Nate most of the house here to be able to try and slow his turn down. And even then, I don't know if it's enough. If Nate has a press, we could just be in a bad spot. We've already seen 2 presses, though, and it's turn 7, so...
That's a bad thing about drawing late right there.
It's a channel on top. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll just take the 3 block here. Okay. I'm really curious to know how Nate plays this out. It's been a very interesting turn so far. And I don't mean
I'm
that
curious to know how I play it out.
Starting to sound like my opponent's battle hardens.
I think I gotta play safe.
Yo. I think this is better. Right?
Just get that out of here.
I'm going to be honest, I really don't know what's better here. But I think this is the better play. We are going to decompose. Well, I'm glad that we had Earth cards. I probably should have checked before we made that play. I saw somebody on Blue Sky the other day, and by the other day I mean yesterday, posting shirts that said like that were like all these like Flesh and Blood slogan shirts and like random things that Flesh and Blood players say, and I thought it was pretty funny. But they got me thinking that I would really, really like to see a shirt that is like 0 for 4 go again, 0 for 4 go again, and then like 0 for 4 go again, and just having like dots or something on the end of it. I thought it would be pretty funny.
Are you just the worst human alive?
What?
Just the worst one.
Anyway, sounds like that was a pretty good play. There have been a couple of times when I've been playing Aurora and I'm just sitting across from my opponent going, please don't purgatory me. Please don't purgatory me. And then they do it and I'm like, man, you're so good at this game. Beep, bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Beep, bop, 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 bop. By the way, thanks everybody for hanging out tonight and being here. Appreciate y'all chilling with us while we're hanging out. We're going to take a moment to shamelessly plug my sponsor while Nathaniel's trying to decide what to discard. Exclamation point Codex in the chat. Get your link to your very own Codex journal. Code AgriBlaze96 to save 10% at checkout. It's a great way to help you track all of your games and keep up with all of the things that you've been playing. It's great. I use it at Battle Hardened Charlotte and I use it in RTN. Exclamation point Codex in the chat, or it's in the YouTube description below. Admittedly, it is fun to say shamelessly plug my sponsors. So why block with the bramble here instead of the tree? No, you're good, dude.
My B.
You're good, man.
My B.
because even if he has the lightning press, which he did, this is 7, and the tree could be a 3 block if there's a fry or something else later. And so I like the idea of having the tree there better. Prepare for the sponsor headbands. I mean, listen, you said it, not me, but
you should not block here.
I should not block here?
Yeah.
I think that would actually be like punt of the century.
Literally should have just not thrown that. Actually crazy.
Actually crazy.
How much value you gained off of me throwing Starfall?
Yeah. It was wild. I was literally sitting there and I was like, man, maybe he just like maybe he like uses Tunic to throw this at me. And then you were like, pop Tunic, and I was like, wow. I was like, dude, I'm so good at this game. It's actually crazy. Anyway, here's 10. God, I'm so toxic. And the link is in the bio, James. Yes, it is. It's called Codex Journals. In all seriousness, I make a lot of jokes, but it is a really good product. I did use it at Battlehardened Charlotte, and it was really cool. I think there might be something fun coming on the Codex Journal front here in the coming weeks that I'm pretty excited to talk about. But it's not official yet, so I'm not going to talk about it. But I think it should be coming, so I'm pretty excited. And Pockets, you laugh. I have been there have been multiple people at events, like I've been like at the events I've been going to. People have been asking where they can buy headbands, and so that might be coming. Headbands that you all can buy for yourself might be coming. I'm thinking about like making like a Hawaiian shirt and like some fun stuff like that too. So we'll see what happens. Uh-oh. Did you mean to play that?
Yum. Oh. When it said choose an instant, thought it meant 4 zap clappers.
I low-key thought about playing around that and like just throwing the reaping blade. But I was like, nah. Sag. Agroblaze orange? There will never be orange, James. Get out of here.
Oh shoot, I forgot I have Embodiment Lightning. I just lost points. I'm gonna undo here.
Okay. I don't know what embodiment has to do with the burn up and shock, but
my bad. Has to do with this.
I mean, weirdly enough, now we're just pitching and doing the whole thing here, so again, I highly doubt we're able to block out the entire turn here, but this is a really weird decision. I think we're going to try it and see if it works. Well, I'm gonna force you to do it. I don't know if I played this turn correctly because I'm still going to take... I'm going to take 7. Nathaniel's going to get an arsenal. And I'm going to have nothing to crack back with. Yeah, Cinder did not have a good showing at Kobe this past weekend. I mean, if I had taken an extra 5, I'd be at 4, and I'd be throwing 2 Rune Chants and a Reaping Blade, which means I'd be taking 2 cards from Nathaniel's hand, which means it was probably just correct for me to make that play. I think we'll make this play up front because we have a hand that works really well with what we're trying to do here. That is true. There were 0 Syndras in day 2 at all. That is very true. I don't think Syndra's cooked. I think that people are just figuring out how to play against Syndra, and that makes it tough. Okay.
Or get cooked? No.
No, thankfully, I had a lot of non-attack actions here. Had a lot of non-attack actions right there. Now, I like that this is going to force 2 cards into Nathaniel's hand no matter what we do here. Just being able to keep a blue. It's just like forcing Nathaniel into this mid-range game, which I think we win. What's your top 3 heroes once Zen is gone? I mean, I think Aurora has to be in this conversation. Like, Aurora's really good. I still think Nu is in a really good position. I mean, was Zen gone? And I don't know, it's a tough situation because, like, I think Prism was a really good pick for Charlotte, but I don't know if Prism is a really good pick for London. It's kind of weird to, like, think that, like, Florian's now A tier. I don't know. That's tough. I think Aurora and Nu are definitely up there. And then... what is this hand?
Yuck.
I don't know what the other third hero is up there. I'm going to be honest. I don't know, Oni. I don't really know what the third hero is that we put in that slot, if I'm being entirely honest with you. Syndra's not great into Aurora. I agree. The best Syndra deck that I played against over the last, I don't know, like all of RTN season, they were on Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, and they were like, they threw like 24 at me on turn 2, and I still won the game. So I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. Yo, Dow, what's up, dude? Don't think Zen leaving will affect the meta. Yeah, I completely agree, Havoc. I completely agree. I completely agree. We're just going to arsenal this and pass and set up here. Okay. Okay. I mean, I think I'm okay just playing this game over and over again. Like, if we constantly play the game where we're just taking 2 cards out of Nathaniel's hand, I think it just actually benefits us. And there's also always a world where, like, we get to take 3 cards because he has a blue and then he has a bunch of 2 blocks. Also, with, like, a weird enough hand, we could just win. Yeah, I saw that you posted your video in the Discord earlier, Havoc. I'm actually excited to watch it. I'm pretty pumped to listen to it later. I oftentimes sit around and go, man, does Carly hate that I'm just like laying in bed, like listening to Flesh and Blood videos? Although
Yes.
some Thanks, Nate. I was probably wrong. I was probably supposed to pitch the yellow there. We'll play it out and see what happens. Yo, let's go. I'm glad you figured out what the audio issue was, man. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, brother. So I would have had to have given Nate an arsenal there, but if I'd kept the blue and pitched the yellow, I would have been able to go tree rune chant into Reaping Blade to end the game. So misplay on my part, we could have ended the game. So if we end up losing or something crazy happens, keep that in mind. Hey, what's up, Felipe? How are you, buddy? Allegedly, right? Allegedly. That's right. We're gaming tonight, son. I think that this guy's list feels very, very good into Aurora. Also, like, I have to say, Nathaniel has had some nonsense this game. Like, there was a couple of turns that, like, he pitched and did certain things, and I was like, brother, what are you drawing over there?
No goes against.
It is kind of weird. When I went from 9 blues to 6 blues, the amount of like hands that actually did like have no go again. You had to start being way more conscious about the whole thing and like how you approach the deck. Nate making a heads up play to pitch the channel and then block with the 3 block there. How many channels have we seen from Nate? He just pitched the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Okay. We had to block just because, I mean, there's technically one more press left in his deck, but I think Nathaniel pitched it on the turn where we gave Face Purgatory. So I think that we would have been fine. And this should end the game. Maybe doesn't win this turn, but I think it ends the game pretty much no matter what here. Being able to take every card out of Nate's hand. He's also in a world where if he doesn't have 2-3 blocks he can keep, he's just dead. The failing was huge here. Dude, I'm telling you, we're like, okay. Just flexing with all the 3 blocks. Yeah, the much improved Wounded Bull, not bad, right?
Imagine if Icelander had filling.
Bro.
Now this is bad. You got rid of my blues.
Yeah, the rune chance is what get you. Hopefully.
Well, I misplayed there. Let's go back real quick.
All right, that works because I definitely pitched wrong. I was just looking at that and I was like, I'm a bag none. I was like, that was stupid. There's no reason for me to pitch the Command and Conquer when I'm probably taking every card out of your hand.
Yeah.
Or if not, I'm taking 3 cards out of your hand at minimum. God, if you could just die.
Well, you gotta kill me.
Brother, I'm throwing everything I can at you. Like, we're definitely playing. Okay, here we go. Finally. Joke's on you, I got a blue. I'm not gonna lie, that really scared me for a second, and then I was like, wait, I'm at 5.
Like you're at 5.
Who cares?
I knew it.
Yeah, in my head, I like had a small stroke right there for a moment. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. There's no way I lost to this. Oh my God. The amount of games I've won by shocking people is actually alarmingly hilarious. Do you want to sideboard differently, or do you want to run it back, or?
No, I think my sideboard's good.
Okay, let's run it back then.
It's just my play.
Well, that's why we're doing this kind of stuff, and I'm not even making fun of you. Like, I'm being dead ass.
That's good. I'm glad you are.
Me too. Me too. Nathaniel's insufferable, everybody. You heard it here. really happy about Florian winning Kobe. One of my locals is a Florian main. Said he was feeling really confident about bringing Florian to calling Sao Paulo, and now he's even more confident. Yo, Felipe, that's awesome, dude. I love to hear that, man. I really enjoy like watching like what I would call like a fringe hero, so to speak. Like win events, because it's always a lot of fun, and I always think like it makes people feel really cool. And like if it's a deck they've been like, you know, like piloting for a while, they've been behind, it's always like a yeah, like, you know, kind of thing to like to their deck. So I definitely get what you're saying there for sure. Why do you think LSS doesn't do more reprints to help with the cost of cards? I mean, would you like my like I'm a streamer answer, or would you like I'm a human being answer, and I'll just be bluntly honest with you? Because I mean, I have two answers, to be honest. Like in all seriousness, I have two answers there. The fact that you pitched that makes me feel like you have a channel. Like I have two answers. Just being honest, I knew it.
Yeah,
because that's the only reason I would pitch Burn Up and Shock. I think due to the cycle of cards, how far in advance sets are made is difficult. I mean, I think that's true to some extent. We're gonna hope this matters. I think that's true to some extent. Yo, you won your Blitz skirmish yesterday? Congrats, Max. I think Florian and Vincent definitely creeped up with Viz gone. Oh, for sure. For sure. Same feeling when I started playing Fi and then it won Worlds in Barcelona. Yeah, dude, I get it. I completely get it. Uh-oh. I was like, either Nathaniel's a madman or it just doesn't matter. Oh, no. I was literally about to go
lightning with 5 cards.
I was getting ready to say, man, your hand's like not even that good. Like it doesn't matter. But like, oh no, you played that, and that little like in my head, my brain just started going, oh no, no, no.
This is me all night last night.
Oh man. Hang on, let's think about this turn for a second and what this turn looks like for us. So we know that Nathaniel's hand is E-Strike, Entwine, Static Shock, which means he's pretty likely to go E-Strike bottom the Static Shock, because the second E-Strike leaves him the availability to just be able to go E-Strike into like, you know, throw another 4. But if he draws a Lightning card, he gets to go Entwine, Lightning Fuse, E-Strike, draw a card, Arsenal a card. So I think we kind of have to take this here because of how we want to be able to block this turn. We could pitch the Canopy Shelter to this. We could pitch the Canopy Shelter to the Arc Lightning here and then just block efficiently with everything else that we're going to be doing. We're probably not going to get to play the card in our arsenal this turn. I just don't really think that's going to line up for us. We are Florian Gaming tonight. But yeah, I think there's a couple of reasons that LSS doesn't reprint cards. Yeah, draw a card. Makes sense. So I think our best play is just to go like this. I'm gonna force, like, Nathaniel's probably gonna get the draw card here, right? But I'm going to force him to get there. I probably could have just given the Purgatory there. Actually, hang on, let's go back. That's incorrect. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ah, shit, we're gonna have to start the turn over. It's fine. Just keep playing it out then. I don't feel like starting the turn over.
Okay.
So he drew into the second strike, which means I'm now more tempted to block this than I was. So if I block here, like this, and then I use the one floating, Nathaniel's probably got E-Strike second strike in his hand. I don't know for sure what he kept, but I'm assuming it's E-Strike second strike. He could always pitch the second strike into Starfall if he kept the Static Shock, and then it'd be 3 into 5, so it'd be 8 points, put me down to 32. Or, yeah, it'd be 3 into 5. He does not get to keep the channel unless he draws like a lightning blue to pitch. Or I have the ability to activate or to block with Purgatory here. And then potentially set up to block whatever he wants to do after this. Potentially. I don't think that Purgatory is necessarily worth it here. I think we're just going to block like this and then just force Nathaniel to make the decision here on what he wants to do. If he kept the E-Strike, he's probably just going to throw 7 because it pushes damage and draws him a card anyway. Unless he's banking into like drawing into a lightning card maybe. Hey Cusco, what's up, dude? Did you notice when Florian at Kobe ran this versus Aurora, he didn't take AB? I did notice that, Dave. I just happen to think that that's wildly incorrect. Don't get me wrong, he won a calling. So who am I to sit here and say that one way or another? But I think it's crazy to not play AB into Aurora. I think there's a reprint policy on fab cards regarding reprints. What's the crux of it? Must be printed in alternate art rarity. I mean, I'm honestly not sure what it is. Like, I'm honestly not sure like where the line in the sand is for what their reprint policy is. Because, you know, they've started reprinting cards like Command and Conquer and things like that. But I mean, honestly, like my doom and gloom opinion of why LSS doesn't reprint stuff is because they're a company. They like money. And, you know, like, honestly, like, I know this sounds a little harsh, but I think we'd be naive to think anything else other than the fact that LSS is a company and they are out to make money. Like, I think that's just the hard truth. I think we're going to put this on the bottom. Okay, not bad. Could be bad. I don't know. It seems fine. Aggro deck not bringing AB, I think, is understandable. Yeah, I think that Florian not having AB is crazy. Oh, the policy's changed a few times? I tried out your upgraded Aurora Armory list. It's a little scary how much damage it can push out even without the threat of Lightning Valley. I'm glad to hear that, Random. I'm going to be honest, man. Like, that makes me pretty happy because I was actually pretty worried about, like, the deck not being able to do what I wanted it to do. Without Channel Lightning Valley, but Channel Lightning Valley was just so expensive, I just couldn't include it in that video.
How's it feel now?
I mean,
huh?
I have a 3 block. I don't. You're gonna throw a 4 at me, and if not, I hate to break it to you, I'm just okay with it. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll just take 1. I don't know what to tell you. If you've had the patience to sit on the channel for this long, then I tip my hat to you, brother. Yeah, if it's Snatch here, we get punished.
That you do.
Blowout. This is when I just like flash the sink below and it's like, oh, baited.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
If it's Snatch here, we get punished.
He's staring at the Snatch like, yes. All right, we got to try and find a turn here to like kind of try and turn this back on. We're also like not really drawing any decomposed cards. I mean, I guess it's only turn 4, but we just have to get the card out of our arsenal. Avic, that does sound pretty wrong, bro. And you drew the Lightning Surge? Oh my god, get away from me. Like, brother. Oh, man. We're gonna have to like really try to like pull this one back here. Like this game feels like it's like kind of slipping away pretty quickly. I think we have to take this. I don't think we really have another choice. We'd had the Bastion there. I probably would have just let it happen. This is probably where we give up the 2 block here. Take making the Might and just blocking out the Rabble is perfectly okay with me. Yeah, we're just going to let it happen. We'll block. Ending the turn on Exude Confidence is like pretty solid. From like my point of view, like I feel pretty comfortable with that whole play. I hate that this is only for 3. Like just not seeing the decomposed cards we need early on has been pretty unfortunate. I guess we'll just get the Autumn's Touch. We'll just go ahead and get 3 cards going. Yeah, we definitely willed that Snatch into existence, which, I mean, you're right. That does sound very wrong. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I declare a Thumb War.
Sure. What'd you reveal with? Heaven's Claws?
Yeah.
We will play the Rubon Carapace. It's Earth cards first, so it's going to be Carapace, Plow Under, and then we'll go ahead and get the... You know what? We'll get the Weakest Link right here, because we only need 1 more. We'll just go ahead and set this up and leave it alone. Yeah, I mean, sure. Like, just gonna throw Starfall at me for 1?
Yep. I mean, what else can I do?
No, I mean, I'm not arguing with you. I was just like, I kept looking at your hand and I was like, Starfall's not on here. You can't activate Aurora.
Yeah.
And now we get to turn on our hero ability and have a pretty decent piece of disruption when Nathaniel only has 4-card hand, which I think is pretty good for us. If we're going to be able to get back out of this game, I definitely think this is what it looks like. So now we have Mordred Tide every turn, basically, which I really like to see. And we're going to try and swing this game back in our favor here. But down 13 points, that's going to be a very uphill battle. Will personally say, feel like I want Snaps instead of the Armory Boots, just because there was a couple of instances where I wanted to get the Lightning token, but didn't have an instant in hand. I mean, that's fair. I could definitely see Snaps being good. Like in that deck. I mean, Snaps is like just one of the leg pieces we play in CC, so it makes a lot of sense for sure. So we will block 3, take 1, go to 17. And then Nate Arsenal's. Our 2-card hand was not great. We kind of just had nothing going on with that hand. No Command and Conquerors, no Weakest Links, no Fellings, no Plow Unders. It was really just an awkward hand. And so now Nate gets to set up with another 5-card hand with Tunic available, which is exactly what we did not want to happen. I think that's going to be pretty bad for us, ultimately. We'll probably try to block some of the damage here. We're going to say no blocks here. Play Shelter from Arsenal just to cover this up. Resolution Step is Discharge, which is absolutely insane with Gone in a Flash. This is going to be a really good turn for Nate. Yeah, we'll block 1. Drawing the blue Battlefront Bastion here just feels really good. I will pay 1 so that we can keep our prevention floating here. This is going to be coming in for 7. We're going to say block 3 here. We're going to take 3, and then we're going to take the Arcane, fall down to 13. And then, yeah, this is gonna hurt. Yep, we're just gonna fall down to 9. I do
That's
not
so turn.
do not think it's correct to go to 5 here. Yeah, your turn was pretty solid right there. I mean, to be fair, like this is like game 3, and that's like probably like the first like crazy turn I would say you've had.
Mm.
Like most of your turns have been like okay so far. Nothing really to write home about, honestly. There's been like the amount of times we've had 1 blue in our hand has been really weird tonight. It's happened a lot more than I thought it would, to be honest. That's like been my one takeaway from Florian that I really don't like.
21 blues. It's really risking it half the time.
Yeah, it's just like, man.
You can't really do anything about it. You just have to play 21. Otherwise, your deck sucks.
Yeah, I know. It just sucks. I think we're going to block here. Yeah, so I got to figure it's the channel. Really curious to see what Nate throws at us here. I just like, I don't know, like I really don't like just having the 1 blue. It feels like it really forces my hand into a specific situation. Like it forces me to like make 1 play and that's it. And so I don't know. It always like, I always find it like really weird. Summer's Fall actually clutch right here.
Ah, it's just so bad.
Giving us the ability to just put the channel on the bottom. I think Grasp is pretty low on the upgrade list in terms of priority. I'd say getting a better helmet and some of the sideboard pieces is really important. I mean, what sideboard pieces would you include that we didn't really have in there already? Like we had like the sigils. I mean, like maybe like shelters or sink belows or something. But like we had a lot of the defense reactions already. We had Flicker Wisp in the sideboard. And then a lot of the sideboard cards that I'm on, a lot of people aren't playing. It's like a me specialty kind of thing in like a lot of those situations. Like nobody else is really playing. Like nobody else is really playing like the 9th Blade or whatever the hell it's called, the Popper. For upgrades, is Grasp activation cost too much that Aurora wouldn't want it over whatever Lightning Gloves? I mean, don't get me wrong, like the Clappers are pretty good, you know, in all honesty, random, but I really think that Grasp is a solid upgrade piece. Well, definitely what I would call less than ideal. This almost assuredly feels like there's going to be a lightning press here. We haven't seen one yet. Yep. So we're going to go to 6. Nathaniel's going to get 2 cards here. Lightning Greaves is mostly just AB1. You could probably just replace Greaves with like Null Rune Boots if you had to in a pinch. But I agree that Dyadic Carapace is really where it's at. You need Carapace a lot. We're going to pay 1 to Arc Lightning. Yeah, I got to watch a lot of the coverage live, dude. I watched the Nick Butcher game, bro. I watched the Eugene and Nick Butcher game live. That was actually crazy. God, this feels so bad, but I think I have to give this to you here. Feels so bad, but I think I have to.
Any non-attacks?
No, I have none. I just like don't know what else we're doing though. If I don't give it to you there.
Yeah. I think. Okay, I gotta figure out if I want to keep this card or keep that card.
Did you see the new young Kanya hero? What? There was no heroes released this weekend? What are you talking about, dude? I would like to imagine that would have made it into my Discord, like, release section. Normally it does. Bro, people are already in there making jokes about me opening February on light mode. Havoc's just letting me have it, dude. And then Carly immediately chimes in. Bro, y'all are absolutely brutal. Absolute savages, I tell you. Savages.
Probably to save the day. Or is she just making fun of you?
No, she's just making fun of me. Yo, can you give me a kiss, bro? That's hilarious. I was not ready for that, Hyper. Oh, that's so funny, dude. I love that. Man, Sant, did you have a good time in Kobe, buddy?
I kind of wish you had cards to throw at me right now.
I bet you do. I bet you do. On the other hand, I could just stick with Florian or Vincent. If I don't play meta Runeblades, I don't have to worry about the LL. I mean, Aurora's definitely on her way out the door for LL, it feels like. Like, it's not going to be long. Definitely feels like it's not going to be long at this point. I think we're just dead this turn. I don't really think there's a way for us to stay alive here. This is where I'd put my non-attack actions if I had any. Yeah, it's just the world we're in right now. Cool. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. No, we're not going to decompose. There's no reason to. Ran into some old friends when I lived in Hungary. They were on their honeymoon. So random. Dude, what a small world, man. That's awesome, dude. It's really cool you got to run into your friends like that, Ethan. That's awesome, buddy.
I haven't blocked with any equipment in this game.
Yeah, trust me. I'm also looking at the board. Cry. Cry harder. I'm so dead.
I almost drew a card for the BM.
Just for the BM? You should have. It would have been hilarious. So I actually thought the remote casters were pretty cool, Ethan. If I'm being honest, I really couldn't tell they weren't there.
That was remote?
Yeah. So like literally Nate just said that. Like, that's not even a joke. I think like you're being serious, right, Nate?
Like actually being serious.
Yeah, like I thought they were there. Like, Ethan, like the coverage was really good, man. Like the remote coverage was really solid, man. Was really good. If the casters were remote, then it was really well put together. Yeah, see, it looks like nobody knew that. Looks like nobody knew that. I feel like I don't know what went wrong there.
I think I just drew good for the first time.
This guy's like, oh, you're bad. That's what happened. Man.
No, yeah, I really like Bryce. Bryce is a good caster. I've never heard him cast before.
He actually posted on Blue Sky and said that was like one of his first times he'd ever cast.
Yeah.
Or he said that was his first time he cast a calling, I think is what he said specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, see, nobody knew they were remote, Ethan. You didn't even have to tell anybody, bro. Streaming out of AGE's basement or something with a green screen and a cell phone camera? I mean, listen, it was a pretty good cell phone camera. I'll give him that, boys. Okay, if you could just stop doing the obvious play.
It's not obvious.
I know you haven't.
It's just electrostatic discharge.
Okay, all right. I don't know what this guy thinks he's trying to sell me. I'm not Mickey Mouse, okay? I'm not buying this shit.
Okay, you are Mickey Mouse, first of all.
First off, your mom. Second off, classic. Yo. Pausarino, big dog. You love to see it. You love to see it.
It's just a little setup. It's just a little setup.
Yo, Bryce is flying into... I could Summer Swallow you this turn. Be a really bad 2 for 6. Be a really bad 2 for 6. Joke's on you, I got something better.
Ew.
Aurora be like, I'm going to sell you this pin. It's so accurate, bro. It's cool that Bryce is flying into Sao Paulo for the event, dude. Yeah, I always really enjoy the coverage. I end up staying up way too late watching the event coverage on the weekends when it's all happening. Like more often than I should, to be honest. I end up like finding like I had to work on Saturday, which never happens for me. It was a big satch. But after having to work, like I was still up Friday night, like watching it. Also, definitely cheaper. To be honest, I kind of preferred remote because it lets the casters have a studio set up instead of a backdrop, and also no noise pollution. I will say, like, it's been, and like, I probably have a biased take on this, but the noise, like, pollution has not been bad at bigger events. Like, even as I go back and watch some of the coverage, like, you have the like mic quality set up really well. Like I don't know, like if you have like like distortion filters or what you have set up on yours, but like it's set up very, very well. So like there's not a lot that like leaks through. I've actually been very impressed with it. You need to refresh, Nate.
No.
Oh, as in you hear announcements twice? All right, no, that's fair, I guess. What'd you fuse with? Heaven's Claws?
Heaven's Claws. Yuck.
We did have 2 blues this turn. Step 1.
Oh, sorry. Let me redo that.
No, you're good.
My bad. My bad.
You are good, buddy.
My bad. I is dumb.
Oh, you want to keep the channel around?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. If we switch to remote, then I can't meet the Leviathan God himself in the flesh. I don't think Ethan's remote. I think Ethan has to be there, right? Like, Ethan, were you remote for the event? Or were you there? Well, no, you just said you were there. You just said you met some old friends. So, like, clearly, I think Ethan has to be there. I mean, I guess we're just going to Arsenal this. It's a pretty good card to Arsenal, you know?
Let's not do that.
I think you should do that.
Embodiment of lightning right there.
My man said, I can't telepathically run the rig. Why not, Ethan? Isn't that why they hired you? Just get good, bro. Oh. Yep. D-react here. It's going to be pretty tough to keep Nate off of an extra card this turn, but we're going to try these. We're going to try these. Is there any world that I'm supposed to? No, I don't think so. I think we're just going to give it to him on the next cards. What's going to happen? Blasbo powers are not that strong. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it when a plan comes together. God, I don't know why Nathaniel's listening to me about how to sideboard. Tunic and a red for Aurora. Yep, it's pretty good. I think Ethan got scammed into the in the Devil's contract business. I don't know, man. I mean, I've never asked Ethan personally, but
These two cards together, and I hate it.
you always draw. Wait, what? You say like, what are you whispering over there?
I'm whispering to myself.
All right, well,
Not for you to know.
Nathaniel's being secretive, not muted, like a weirdo.
Always draw these two dang cards together.
I think Urser has a better deal. I mean, listen, I've never talked to Ethan about his whole setup with like his LSS contract, but I've also never heard Ethan have anything bad to say. But maybe Ethan doesn't like me enough to like talk bad about the whole thing. Maybe Ethan doesn't trust me enough. All right, setting up the first decompose. We have 2 earth cards in our bin now that we can try to set up here. Yo, Pausarino, big dog. Pausarino, big dog. Talking about his hero's choice. Oh, you're talking about his choice. That's so funny. I love that we were talking about completely different things, bro. Completely different things. That's hilarious. I think we're just gonna say no blocks, right? And just take 3. Yeah, I think so.
That's where you went wrong.
That's where I went wrong.
Yeah.
If you would have followed it up by going like second strike, somersault, second strike, I might have been convinced. Might have been convinced.
6 below.
I mean, it's like I get to cash every event without dealing with Levias BS. I'd say it's not bad. You know, you starting to sound like a judge there, Ethan. I know a lot of judges who talk like that. They're like, yeah, like, you know, I get to like get paid to like, you know, hang out around the thing that I love to do. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. I'd rather be playing though, but I'm just I'm a degenerate sweat.
What are you doing, man?
That's my official response.
I wasn't ready for it, so it was good.
Thanks. Got him. When is Sao Paulo this weekend, Joe? Because Sao Paulo is this weekend, right? Man, did I pick to have the Talishar tourney the weekend of Sao Paulo and the local skirmish? Bro, blowout. Population me. Aurora didn't get a win in LL this weekend for skirmishes. I mean, I can't say I'm super surprised. Cusco said, you ever looking for an assistant, Ethan? I love it, dude. You're flying there now? Do you know what time it starts? Like, compared to, like, Eastern time, Ethan, on Saturday? We're just going to take this. It'll be a better time zone for the U.S. Saturday and Sunday. Acilio lost somersault in LL, unforgivable. I mean, I do think that, like, the somersault restriction does hurt quite a bit. Yeah, I do think that's, like, a very real thing. What did he fuse with? Did I miss it?
Didn't fuse. I had a lightning token.
Blowout. Yo, what? Oh, hang on. That's not going to work then. Oh, sorry. You're going to have to start over.
This one.
You're not going to play the burn up and shock first?
Oh, I had to start fully over.
Yeah, I had to do the whole thing over. Oh, it's like a 10 a.m. start for the stream? Yo, that's not bad at all, dude. That's awesome. Are you gonna be doing the coverage like how you like record it and then like play back the games? Because I've really been enjoying that like formatting. God, this feels so bad. Kind of weird to not have casters on site, but certainly makes caster choice much easier. I mean, I guess it does like open you up to like more relevant options, I suppose. Yeah, I think we're gonna block like this. Hope there's no press. Ugh. I mean, it's worth it, right? It's just always worth it because we get to stop all of it. Yeah, the delay start catch up to live. Good, good. I'm glad you guys are doing that more, man. I really enjoy that. It's definitely a lot better of a viewing experience. I know that there's like been some like questions around like, you know, the ability to like catch judge calls and things like that. But I really like that from like a viewer experience. I think it's a lot better personally. Hit him with the yellow rabble. It's his kryptonite. Damn, y'all gotta let that go. Y'all gotta let that go. One time. Savage. Y'all are absolutely brutal. How many channels is that? 2?
2.
Ethan is waiting for Monarch 3.
It's not like the first game where I had all 3 in the first 2 turns.
Yeah, you did have a lot of them very early. I think this is the spot. Oh, it's so good. Such a good purgatory call. He just lightning pressed my E-strike for the memes. Yo, he just lightning pressed my E-strike. It's a blowout. Yeah, I'll be at PT London for sure. Carly and I are flying in. We get in like early Thursday morning, like London time. And then we're going to be there for a week. And it's going to be like, you know, PT and stuff. And then it's going to be like touristy, fun, London-y stuff to do. Also, I drew that, by the way.
Just...
not to rub salt in your wound right now, but I drew that. I drew that, and I was like, wow, this is cracked. I was like, oh yeah. Anyway,
stand for it.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Have you streamed a box opening before? So normally I stream like every set. Like I open a case and I stream every set of like Carly and I opening a case, but it didn't work out this last time because I was at Memphis opening weekend. So when we got back, I just ended up not streaming it because of the way it worked out with the time and everything else. So, but yeah. Playing Aurora in London? I don't know if I'm playing Aurora in London, to be honest. I really don't know. Truly do not know. I wonder if there's any world I'm ever... Actually, you know what? I think we're supposed to do that.
Pitch.
Yeah, I think so. Will you start over? We'll do this. I think this is better. Because it lets me prevent the arcane, and then it lets me block breakpoints efficiently here.
Yeah.
I'm likely on Aurora for London because I really don't want to practice anything else. Lol, doubt. I saw you talking to Simon earlier about how much you've been enjoying Aurora, man. She's a lot of fun. So we get to block that, and then we get to use our last prevention to cover this up. So we have no more prevention floating.
Please.
I mean, I just have to force him to have it, right? I hate giving you the sink below there, but I have to.
Mm-hmm.
I take 8, fall down to 25, and then you get to draw blue, which you're going to pitch to Aurora. I would be baffled if you arsenaled the current funnel.
Not going to be arsenal in that.
No channel for next turn. And we've done a pretty good job of like trying to like hold him off here a little bit. So we're going to look for some good disruption here this turn. Okay. Okay. Listen, I might play Victor just to shut you up, Josh. Just to shut you up. Dio's also one of the decks that I'm like kind of testing for the PT. I haven't really talked about it a lot, but it is one of the decks I'm testing for the PT. So we're going to fall down to 15, make 2 mites, and then we're going to throw Command and Conquer for 8. Knowing that Nate has an arsenal.
Ugh. What a time.
Aren't you playing Acilio at London? Isn't that what Aurora practice is for? Clearly, it's just Aurora practice is just to set me up to play Acilio. Dave gets it. Listen, Dave, I don't know, man. You think that, like, Acilio is better than Raiden, dude. I don't know, man. Aurora's extremely fun. You convinced me to start playing her shortly before ProQuest season for London, and I grinded like 100 games on Talishar in 2 weeks. I mean, yeah, like, I think Aurora's awesome. I think she's very powerful. Oh, get that crap out of here. You love to see that. Yeah, I think she's really good. I think she's really fun. I think she does a lot of, like, really powerful things, and I really like Aurora a bunch. We'll block here. My man said, you know what deck bodies Florian? Fi. What did you reveal? Somersault? So play the somersault. No, okay. Well, you play the somersault, pitch your last 2 cards to Aurora. You know I've already taken the damage, right?
Oh, you already did?
Yeah.
I don't know why I passed.
I don't know why you passed either. Oh, you're gonna have to start. Hang on.
I remember passing.
We'll start to turn over. It's fine. This is an easy thing to fix. So I block with the Oath of the Arc Knight here. Just finished my first Oldham game, and I've oh, you've played like 10 games. Well, we played like 3 games, but yeah. Zen and LL's very broken. Very broken. Nearly blinged out Aurora since then. I just got my EA Shockwaves today. I have almost all of my foils. I have almost all of my foils. In fact, I just bought the rest of my foils from Himmel. If anybody does not know, Himmel, the Hammurabi TCG himself, that's where I buy like pretty much all of my cards. Where I buy like pretty much all of my cards. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Dando is actually not on Copium. We played his file list the other night, and bro, well, I take that back. It's actually Slatty. Slatty, I think, is who it was. Played Slatty's file list the other night, and that file list is actually insane. You foiled an Enigma? Yo, let's go, Babor. That's awesome. I love to see Nathaniel block with 2 cards. Even if he's going to somersault them back, still feels good. Because he's got to have something to start his turn. He's got a Shockwave and he's got a somersault. Or I'm sorry, a Shockwave and a Static Shock. Oh, brother. Is that just 2? All the burn up and shocks are gone. 1 lightning press is left. There's 1 more channel?
There is 1 more channel.
Okay. There's always the risk there that I feel like we have to take when it comes to some stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
When am I locking in for PT? I honestly don't know when I'm locking in for PT. What'd you reveal with? I didn't even see. A second strike?
Yeah.
Canopy shelter, this oath doesn't really matter. Let's block 7. There's probably a world where I'm just supposed to take 4 and go to 5 there. Like take 4, go to 5, and then I can play the card from my arsenal, and then arsenal the defense reaction there might be better.
Play 2 fillings.
I'll play 2 fillings, yeah. Genuinely gonna struggle to figure out what I want to do once Aurora is gone, though. I'm also like kind of struggling with what I'll want to do when Aurora is gone, because I really don't know. I actually don't know like what my pick will be at that point.
I just knew it.
Sometimes you just know.
I could just feel it in my bones.
Damn it, Bobby. If they print CC playable Bard, then I'm jumping ship. I'm convinced the Max Nitro deck is going to be fed by cards from High Seas. Mech and High Seas calling it now. I mean, it would be really cool to see like Mechanologists and High Seas would be really cool. Like we already have cards like Pulse Wave Harpoon. Of course, I don't really understand how you get like Mechanologist in the High Seas. It's the High Seas, not, you know, Cyberpunk 2077. Max can't swim. Listen, I am not just saying this because Dando's here. I have genuinely been considering, like, I have been testing 5 behind the scenes for PT. Flittering Charge, Gone in a Flash, and an unknown card. We're just going to go ahead and give it the whole thing here. I mean, I understand that pirates and mechanologists both have cannons and guns, but still. I think Azalea will be strong after Aurora. Smashed a Syndra go first to just shuts down a lot of the aggro matchups. I mean, yeah. My guess is Necromancer, Ranger, and Mech. Vanilla guess. I mean, still. I'm just excited that so I was really hoping that the Max Armory deck was going to like give Max more like Banksy support, because like on God, for real, that's what I was hoping for.
Are you trying to block 4 here?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
No, I am not. Well, sometimes you call your shot wrong, kids. Although, admittedly, I was expecting Discharge. I actually think I'm randomly less afraid of this. Which is weird. It's a weird thing to say out loud, but I think I am. We're going to say no blocks and go to 6 here. Immediately rewarded for patience. All right, start our turn. Embodiment pops. We're gonna make 2 rune chants. We're gonna We're gonna gain a life and make 4 more rune chants. And then it's gonna be 6 and 3. Blowout. This is actually insane. Buy Call to the Grave now. How much is Call to the Grave? How much are Call to the Graves right now? Too late, I bought out all the EAs. Bro. I mean, I have 1 copy of Call to the Grave. That, like, I opened. I'm not really like, oh yeah, pitch a red. Pitch a red for me, big fella. Oh yeah. You love to see it. So he blocked 2, which means if he takes the 4 rune chance, he goes to 2. And then this is 3. $13 non-foil. Yeah, I'm not paying $13 for a non-foil card I'm never going to use. Yo, he goes to 1 and keeps 2 cards. So let's just draw Sigil of Suffering. We can decompose, right? Okay, thank God. I feel like this deck targets the Aurora deck. Like, it feels like this deck is, like, specifically designed to, like, beat up on, like, some of the new, like, some of the more aggro, like, aggressive decks. Like, Battlefront Bastion just has so much power into all the other aggro decks. It's crazy. You don't spend $30 for cards you don't use. You're right. I do not spend $30 on cards I don't use. You are correct, Cusco. Although Carly would tell you I have too many cards sitting in like binders that I'd never use for anything. So, hey. Definitely pitched this wrong. Should have kept the Summer's Fall to Arsenal here, just in case, like, Nathaniel was just like, haha, respite. Yeah, I feel like this deck is set up very well for the mirror, or, like, for this matchup. I don't know. Like, I just feel like it, like, lands very well in this matchup for some reason.
I think as long as your, like, your bark skin turns are good, or if you're able to block out on a burn up turn. Like, it felt annoying at the beginning because I kept drawing Arc Lightning and burn up together.
Oh yeah,
I really hate it when that happens. So it happened twice in a row.
I was like,
and it just kind of limits you.
You almost like have to force yourself to Arsenal one and not play them both together.
Yeah,
it's really awkward. Like, it can be really weird at times. FYI, supposedly only 30 people have exchanged for them. I do have a gold full Coda Frost. Seems expensive. I'll take a CNC instead. I don't even know what we're talking about right now. Do you want to keep running it back, or do you want to play the mirror, or like what do you want to do?
Doesn't matter.
Because I mean, I feel like this is the deck you're going to see quite a bit of at London, probably. So like, do you just want to keep getting reps into it?
Sounds good.
Do you want to sideboard differently, or just want to run it back?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let's re-sideboard.
Okay. The tree to end the game is just so insane. Like, the amount of value you can get out of tree to end the game is actually crazy. I don't even know if I like Summer's Fall. Like, the red ones have been so awkward. Maybe Runic is just better than Summer's Fall. Feels like a wild claim. We're going to try Runic this time around and see how it feels. Yeah, I did see people playing Sonata Aurora the other day. I thought that was pretty interesting. Was that Tyler Horspool that was playing that? I haven't even seen what the actual Sonata Aurora list looks like, to be honest. I don't even know what it is. I guarantee you, Dando, Man Sant's about to hit you with, I stream every weekend, like at events. It sounds like such an Ethan thing to say. It was, but we made a better one in the purple Discord today. Well, all right. I mean, shoot it to me in the Discord, man. Like, I'm down to like look at it and see what it is. I make no promises. I make no promises. I was trying to play Sonata and like all the burn ups and all the nonsense at first when we first started playing Aurora. But I was also trying to play like Spellbound Creepers and stuff like that too. So, I mean, if
the whole list was crazy.
I haven't seen it. Like, how crazy are we talking? Like, are we talking like 9 somersaults crazy or like?
No, not that crazy.
Okay.
Like Weave Lightning and Sizzle crazy, you know.
Okay, go on.
And Sonata.
You have my attention.
All 30 non-attacks type of crazy.
Oh, so like we're just trying to play Briar with lightning, basically, like with like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Flickers probably every matchup.
I mean, this has my attention. Well, unfortunately, I mean, we could have made the play of like playing the Germinate here, but I don't think that was correct. I think we were just supposed to like try and get aggressive here. I think that was really like our only play this turn. And even then getting aggressive feels very lackluster with the hand we had. But I think that's how we were supposed to play this. Can you guys hear Carly laughing? Did that come through my mic?
Yeah, it did.
Nice, you love it. Just post it in the deck list. All right, I'm gonna interrupt Nathaniel here on his turn, and I'm gonna look at this deck really quick. Let's take a look at the Tyler Horspool deck list. Except it's better apparently. Burn Up and Shock, Eclectic Magnetism. I already do not like that we're on Magnetism. Somersaults, E-Strikes, and Twine Lightnings hit the high notes. What the hell? Malefic Incantation, Sizzle, Skizzic, Snatch, Sonata, Vela Flash. Okay, y'all are lost. Y'all are lost in the sauce right now, bro. Vela Flash, Arc Lightning, Channel, Serenade, Flicker Wisp, Current Funnel, Heaven's Claw, Sigil of the Arc Knight. Written in the Stars. And then we have Exudes, Lightning Press, Sigil, Shelter. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. There's 21 attacks in the deck you want to use. Ah, man, I don't know. I feel like we're in some sauce right now. Like, this kind of feels like Cope to me. How did Tyler do? How did Tyler do?
He won one game at least.
I did see him like 1-0 or 2-0 at some point. So technically I can confirm that Nathaniel is not wrong. I mean, we're just going to have to give him this here, right? Like, it sucks, but we're going to have to. I don't like running press in that deck. I don't think press is correct. We're just going to say no blocks. We've already given him a card. Aren't you playing the wrong element? Listen, I'm having a good time playing this element. I think this has been quite fun tonight.
He's in his element.
I'm in my element. That's right. Let him know. Is there any world that we want to give up purgatory here? I don't think so. I sent you a rough Horsebowl list that hasn't been hit by the purple Discord too hard. Oh my god. All right. I mean, the purple Discord has a way with words. Yeah, I think this is just worth blocking, right? He's an Earthbender now? Listen, I've been enjoying playing Florian tonight. No, he had it. We played ourselves.
I drew it.
Oh, even worse. Even worse. We're not going to sink anything. This lines up pretty well for us. Patience was rewarded yet again. I am an idiot. Mass heart, I guess.
What'd you done do?
I cannot plow under you.
Ugh.
Because I'm a forehead and needed to block with the other card in my hand. Oh well. What are we doing? I guess it's just this, and we're gonna gain some life. Jesus, this feels bad.
If it makes you feel any better, it was just gonna be 2 damage.
What was?
The plow under.
I mean, yeah, but getting your arsenal felt kind of good.
No, you weren't gonna get my arsenal, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I gotcha. I'm following now. No joke, the first one I sent is actually kind of legit. It's an Aurora that pitches more often. I don't hate the Aurora that pitches more often. Like, I when we first started playing Aurora, I was playing 12 blues in the deck because I was like, this works. We were playing Command and Conquerors. Like, we were doing the whole thing. Like, we were doing some pretty cool stuff. So, like, I definitely understand what you're saying. I don't know. Like, it feels like there are better ways to play Aurora at this point, is what I would tell you. Aurora aggro is King Boomy. Dude, I love Avatar, bro. I love Avatar. So, because of what we have in our arsenal, we're able to say no blocks pretty clearly here. Because if it's just the somersault, we probably just take 4 damage here. But I think that this lines up pretty well for us to just be able to kind of like block and see what Nathaniel does. And then try to get some more value this way.
Hey.
I think this feels like a good purgatory spot. I could be wrong, but this feels like a decent one. It would be cool to like use eclectic magnetism as like a way to like play Sonata and do other fun things. That would be pretty cool. I do agree with you there. And there could be some like legs there, something that could happen. Like you would have to change the sideboard though, in my opinion. I don't think on that few attacks you can be on. I just don't think on that few attacks you can be on. On presses and defense reactions in the sideboard.
I was waiting for that might token.
Bro. If I would have just like sandbagged you again with that, insane. I'd have just been like, no, I'm the captain now. Hopefully this matters. The thing about the weakest link is that it doesn't always matter. We're not always in a position where we can get value out of it. I mean, magnetism is a 3-block. You're not wrong, Matt. Yeah, you could talk me into like trying that deck one night if we had like a real sideboard that we put together. Because I don't hate the idea of playing Exudes with the amount of lightning cards, with the amount of blues we're playing. I think that lines up pretty well. What are you gonna like press this? Oh no, your hand just sucked.
Yeah, it just sucks.
Cool. I mean, your hand's not that bad.
Well, it just sucks for a 4-card hand.
I mean, yeah, it's not great because it's like what? Lightning Surge, Tunic into Starfall into like a 0 for 4.
Yeah.
Arsenal the Lightning Surge. What's the logic behind Trot Along? I think the idea behind Trot Along was that like
It's so good into like Enigma and like just having that extra go again when you're getting like full grip hands. Like anything that's trying to be slow. It was good against Jarl today.
You can give your Reaping Blade go again is like one of the biggest things, I'm pretty sure. Like it's also pretty good. Like you can give like Plow Under go again. You can give Swarming Gloomveil go again. You have quite a few options of things you can give go again to make it work. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just let this happen. So no blocks here, fall down to 17. It's an interesting hand. We'll block 3, take 1. Another one. DJ Khaled. Oh, insane. Blowout. Took 9 to do nothing. All right, we're going to Arsenal this and try to like set up, hopefully looking for a better turn. This is a pretty good hand all the way around, I would say. I like the way that this one looks. Feels like we have a lot of good options. We know that there is an E-Strike and a current funnel in Nate's hand currently. I reasonably think you want Exude, maybe some Poppers, impactful pass, 6 power attacks. Yeah, I could definitely see like... I definitely think there's a sideboard where like you have some pretty reasonable options there with like what you're talking about. I completely agree. Guess we'll put this on the bottom. Oh, insane. Insane. We're so good at this game. But yeah, I don't hate the idea of having some of the D-reacts that you had in the deck in there. Or like that whoever created it had in there. I think it's I like sigils specifically for like these kinds of matchups, like the mirror and things like that. It's really solid into. It's really good into like other decks that don't run Arcane Barrier against you. There's a lot of room for you to really make it happen, I think. Yeah, I think we're just better off to do this. I would really like to block with the Canopy Shelter here, but I think we just need to pitch it this turn. Is it a MILF sort of night? It is, Trent. It sure is. Man, I love Florian. So we get to turn this into 8. We get to rip a card in Nate's hand here. I would not say that we're out of this game. I do not feel like we're necessarily in a good spot right now, but I don't think we're out of this game by any stretch of the imagination. Forcing Nate's hand a little bit here could be good. We're only down 4 points. We need to see something pretty solid here, I would say, to like really force the position that Nate's in. I think we're just going to block here to be safe. Hopefully it's not channel. That would feel pretty bad. Yeah, with the way this hand lines up, we're just taking 2 here. I mean, we are 3-1 into Aurora tonight. Now, I will say that, like, Nathaniel's had, like, some of the weirdest draws I've ever seen in my life, but going down to 5 is less than ideal. Looks like we're about to make that 3-2. I think we have to gamble a little bit here. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of this play, but I think it's better than playing this. Okay. So he's doing this just to get the somersault out of his hand.
The fry was just for fun.
I mean, yeah, memes, troll him, let him know. So it's Burn Up and Shock, Shockwave, and Fry. This is an interesting hand. We are going to take the arcane damage, go to 4. I don't like this, but I think we have to. Any of the Aurora you've beaten so far tonight on the Flicker Wisp combo? No, Putsy, we haven't played against anybody playing Flicker Wisp combo tonight. Me and Nate have just been testing so far.
I wouldn't play Flicker into Florian, I don't think.
I think there's too much disruption to reliably play Flicker into Florian.
Mm-hmm. You got the yellow root bound? Oh, no, you don't.
Bro.
That's just too bad.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What was your record last night? That's right. That's right.
Just give me the grasp. Give me the grasp. And why didn't got the shelter?
Just had it, son.
Shelter.
Never didn't have it, boy. This feels like a pretty lackluster turn here, but we were able to block out through the lightning press, which felt pretty good. And that's like, well, there's 2 presses left, which feels pretty bad. But, I mean, we were able to play through it. Yeah, we definitely haven't tried the Flicker combo, but I have to say, Putsy, I don't think it's correct. I don't think that the Flicker was combo into Florian. Plow Unders, Command and Conquers, you know, Felling of the Crown. Like, I do not think that's correct sideboarding plan from Aurora, personally. Ooh. Oh my god. Brother. I'll take things I never want to hear you do as long as I breathe. For 1,000, Alex. My buddy and I play it all the time. Been playing the matchup since Rosetta. In my opinion, it makes it very difficult for Florian. They have to have the disruption at the right time, but yeah, you have to have the combo at the right time. I don't feel like you can reliably say one without the other here, to be honest. Well, thankfully that lines up pretty well.
Should have just done it after.
Blowout. I still think we're in a bad spot here, but yeah, I don't like they have to have the disruption at the right time. I don't really like in a game like Magic where you're drawing one card at a time. It's like saying, yeah, they have to have Blood Moon on turn 3. It's like, yeah, sure, like that's a fair statement, but like you're drawing 4 cards a turn. There's 3 copies of Command and Conquer. There's 3 copies of Plow Under, 3 copies of Felling. Man, I don't know. That feels like a pretty like limited reach on like saying it's like saying new has to have the disruption. It's like, yeah, they're gonna have the disruption. And also you have to line up the combo, which I think makes it really, really difficult. Unfortunately, we have to pitch our blue here. I would much rather block with this, but considering that Nate just like had the Arc Lightning from Arsenal here, I think we're in a really bad spot, especially with the Tunic being available. Oh, it doesn't matter. He has the...
This was a one of in Pudding's deck.
Yeah, I did see that. He was on one of this, 2 second strikes, 2 scars.
I did like the 2 ofs in a way. Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that's just how sideboarding better, or it makes sideboarding a little bit better, but
I don't hate
like
it.
I feel like you definitely need a 3 Lightning Surge.
Yeah, he was on 1 or 2 Lightning Surge for sure, like which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, it was 2.
Unfortunately, we have to go to 2 here. Think we're just gonna die this turn, boys. Sag. Big Sag. We're actually just dead to any red. It doesn't even have to be an attack. Yep. I don't know how we were supposed to get out of that one. I don't know if I played loose at the beginning of the game or like what really happened there. But yeah, that one did not feel great. Like from the start there, it felt like we were like really on the back foot that whole game.
I don't know if it was like being able to lightning press the burn ups or
that was really good. You pressing the burn ups was really good. Definitely made it like weird at times for me. I think Flicker would be good in this matchup as well. So I don't like Flicker in this matchup for the same reason that I don't like Flicker against for the same reason that I don't like Flicker against Enigma. Like I don't think you need it to win the game. And I think you're putting yourself like you're putting yourself in a situation where like if you don't draw good cards, it's just bad. I have been hurt by the combo too many times. Like I will be bluntly honest with everybody. I do not like the combo. I play the combo because it is necessary into some matchups. If I can beat a matchup reliably, like somewhat reliably without the combo, I will not play it. And you cannot convince me to play it. Like I have been scorned by drawing 3 Flicker Wisps in the first 5 turns of the game and never seeing a freaking Arc Lightning and losing the game. And I am willing to die on that hill. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying you will never convince me to join you. Like, I don't necessarily think that people that like to play combo into more matchups than what I do are wrong. I won't do it. Like, that's my whole problem. He qualified for PT on Aurora and believes it makes a big difference. I got 9th in Battle Hardened Portland on Florian, and I personally think the combo is also really bad for me. But I get what you're saying. I mean, yeah, like, so I think that's the interesting piece of the combo is that when you draw the combo, you just pretty much win on the spot, and it's insane. My problem is that I never draw it, and it always just feels incredibly awkward. Now, I know that that's definitely like more of a personal thing than it is anything else, but that's always how it feels for me. It always just feels like so bad. It always just feels so awkward, and like it never lines up the way I need it to. I will say, like I run the combo against Vincent because I think you have to have it to beat that matchup, and I also run combo against Victor because I think you have to have it to reliably win that game. And so like those are the matchups I run it into, but it's possible that like it's just really good into Florian. I don't know, like Nathaniel and I were testing last night, and from the other side of this, like I did go 5-0 last night into Nathaniel playing Aurora, like playing the way that I like to sideboard with the deck. And it felt very clean last night, like not needing it. But like if you're seeing it and drawing it reliably, then it makes a lot of sense that like you're able to get there. Awkward. I guess we have to pitch this. I guess we're just gonna sink something. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna sink the Runic here. Is gonna be the play. All right. Rewarded for trying to churn through our deck here. I was like, we're going to take a chance that he doesn't have it here. Although, admittedly, he probably would have just played the Arc Lightning and then played the channel in response. Well, that feels pretty good. Yeah, we're just going to take this. Fall down to 34. Cover this up, and then on our turn, we will start our decomposing process here to try and get our hero ability turned online as quickly as possible. I think we're just going to go ahead and get 3 cards here. I don't see a reason not to. Seems pretty free to just get 3 at this point. So, Putty, you said you were playing Florian at the Battle Hardened and your buddy was playing Aurora? Like, when you say he qualified for the PT, do you mean like he won like a ProQuest? Is that what you mean, Putsy?
Oh shoot, I done and screwed up. Can we go to the beginning again?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Revert to the start of this turn. Canopy, tree, seeds. Don't know if I like decomposition here. Would maybe just grasp reaping and say felling for when it's at 8. I mean, we could save it for when it's at 8. Like, I don't know that I hate that. I like the idea of trying to get value out of the card if I can. Just by like trying to, you know, take the value away from Nathaniel. Yeah, I like this play a lot. I think we have a pretty good turn here. So it's going to be activate Grasp, play Arcane Seeds in Life to be able to make 2 rune chants, and then we're going to discard this to go to 32, and then we're going to swing, because we get to play around Reaping Blade this way. Yeah, he won a ProQuest. He loves the deck, though. Been playing since release. I'm not an Aurora expert. From the other side, I do agree that even one combo usually ends the game. I'll have to try it. Honestly, like, I'll have to try it. I have to say that, like, my opinion is very tainted from, like, playing combo into like a lot of matchups early on in the Aurora deck building process and just getting burned because of it. So I am very like skeptical of playing combo, but I'm definitely willing to like try it. Do you know if your buddy plays 2 or 3 copies of the combo? Like, does he play 2 or 3 copies of Flicker Wisp? I like this hand quite a bit. We may have to take a little bit of damage here, but I like this hand quite a bit. I might have been supposed to save this for like a purgatory block this turn. I don't know. I think we can afford to take a little bit of life this turn. Just kidding. He had the E-Strike. We're bad. We're so bad. Yeah, we'll just say no blocks here. So you said you liked the 2 ofs, Nathaniel?
I just
like I'm genuinely asking. I'm just curious.
I mean, I didn't get to play with that deck enough to know whether I liked his 2 ofs. I just think 2 ofs make sideboarding for a wide meta a whole lot easier.
That makes a lot of sense. We'll fall down to 24. I don't really want to block this because I like the way that our hand plays out. He's already got a card. And it could just be a lightning press, so we could just get baited into blocking with some cards here. The worst thing that happens for us is that Nathaniel draws into a blue that he can pitch to Aurora. Cool. Cool. Did you have it or did you draw it?
I drew it.
Oh my gosh, I hate everything. All right, our turn's still going to be pretty good. We're going to go back to 20, and we're going to make 2 rune chants, and then we're going to come in for 8 and rip a card out of his hand. I believe it was 3, but I could see cutting it to 2 since the meta is so aggro now. I've seen a lot of people playing 2. I'm currently on 3 Flicker Wisp because I believe that it's needed in the Vincent, but you could talk me into playing 2. Into certain like matchups and stuff like that, so that like you're not as reliant on it, and it also leaves you an Arc Lightning to just play whenever you draw to be able to try and get value out of it. So I don't know, like it's a very interesting. It's a very interesting dynamic to try and figure out. Nathaniel, after this game, let's take a minute and like look at my deck really quickly. Like, let's take a minute and look at the Aurora deck, and we'll see like where we could try to find 2 ofs. Yo, what a hand! What a hand! So Dwar, I actually saw some people using Vaporize and Shock, and they were not having the success that I thought they would, to be honest. Andrew, who is a Charlotte local, was at Battle Hardened Charlotte, and he was on Vaporize and Shock and lost to Naib in the top 8, and he was on multiple Vaporize and Shock, I think. But I definitely see like the reason that people want to play Vaporize and Shock. And I think it's very good into. We're going to make a gut call here. I think it's very good into. Vincent. I'm just currently trying to play Flicker Wisp combo into that matchup instead. So that's been my thought process there. It is very good against Fang. I just think with all the D-reacts, you don't really need it against Fang, right? We'll just take 5 here. We're going to take 5. We're going to swing 5 back, and we're going to Arsenal and set up here. Trying to get a little bit of a better power turn going. I do hate that we did give up Grasp when Nathaniel did not have the channel. Or if he did, he probably... Well, I guess it's... No, he used Tunic to throw Starfall, which should have been a big tell to me that he did not have the channel. So I should just be at 13. That was just a mistake. Just me playing loose. I do agree that like Vaporizing Shock is very good against Fang. It's been my experience that you don't really need it in the matchup. That you're just able to like race faster than they are. Sigil of Suffering is very good in that matchup, and I also think that like Shelter from the Storm is very powerful in that matchup. But yeah, I do agree that Vaporizing Shock is insane in that matchup. I wish there was one more matchup, even if it was like kind of fringe, that Vaporizing Shock got value off of. Seemed more like collateral damage. Yeah, for sure. I actually agree with that. What do we reveal on top? A Flittering Charge. Okay, so he did have the channel. Nathaniel just had the intentions of pretty much arsenaling it the entire time.
Yeah, I just felt that you had 3D reacts in hand.
Well, good call. Holy cow.
Yep.
Okay.
Probably should have just arsenaled it, but I just wanted to go for the bingo.
I understand.
And who would have thought you had 4 D-reacts in hand?
No, it was 3. He was Grass last turn.
3?
Yeah, I had 3 Defense Reaction. I arsenaled 1 last turn. I'll just go ahead and block like this. Nathaniel gets to...
Just give it to me anyway.
Yeah, Nathaniel gets to activate Aurora. I don't want to let him keep an arsenal there and like kind of having like his pick of the litter. We're just going to activate Grasp and swing for 5 here. Nathaniel is at 10, so he does have to be a little conscious of this decision, especially considering we have Purgatory and Barkskin here. We could potentially get a lot of value out of our cards this turn. It really just depends on what his turn looks like. So we just have to be a little careful here. Nate falls down to 8. Haha, Nate 8. I think that's a good block. Is there any world Florian should ever place a Come to Temptation?
Ugh.
Yeah, it feels like the answer is probably just no, but...
Probably not,
But...
Yellow's kind of bad.
I think we have
If it
to
was
take
blue,
this.
Ugh.
Man. I mean, but yellow's not bad though, right? Because like it pitches into like Command and Conquer and Weakest Link and like...
Mm-hmm.
Do we give up the last felling for Purgatory here? I have no idea if this is correct or not. I would really like to shut his turn down here and deny him the... Deny Nathaniel the burn up if I can. That would be really powerful. If we could deny him the burn up, I would really like that. I think if we deny him the burn up, we might be able to get this game. God, I hate giving up Felling of the Crown, though. It's like such a powerhouse of a card. Okay, so he somersaults the purgatory, or I'm sorry, the flittering charge in response. Discards discharge. I mean, it's not a bad one to draw into. That does not feel great. So we're going to take 3, go to 11, and then we're going to take 4, go to 7. I mean, we have a pretty decent turn here. It's not like our turn's bad. We just aren't doing like the best thing in the world, I would say.
Aren't doing the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, having to give you the failing there was really weird. Like, having to give you the failing there was really weird.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, what, this is the 9-point turn? I mean, I almost blocked with Swarming Gloomveil in the chess piece just to be able to deny him the press if he did have it, but I think with Nathaniel being at 8 and us throwing 9 at him, I think it like does quite a bit for us here. The fact that it's like 9 through split damage feels really powerful as well.
Throws 2-card 9. Not doing the most powerful thing.
I mean, listen. CLV had already hit, but the burn up is definitely like the questioning factor there.
Whoa.
I was like, I assume you meant to put that on the bottom.
Whoa, but watch it.
All right, so Nate's at 4 and has 3 cards in hand.
Yeah, block with the tree.
Yep. It's free real estate. So we take 2.
Dammy's in now.
Go to 5.
Block it.
We're going to go to 3.
That's what I thought.
There it is. That's what we were waiting to block.
Can't have you been able to play that card, so I guess I just have to throw that.
I think this is good enough. Being able to fall to 3 and then just throwing 9. Well, throwing 10, really, I guess. The 1 arcane. It was probably correct to play around the burn up there, Felipe, or the lightning press, Felipe. You're probably correct. It did end up working out for us in the end, but I do agree that you were probably correct in the fact that we should have played around it better. Somersaulties, I cry. My God, he never hasn't had it. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. All right, so he has 2 Heaven's Claws and an unknown card in his hand, and it's 2 to 3. Okay, we block out a little bit here. Man, I do not want to go to 1.
Do it.
I think staying at 2 is correct, so we don't just like get got by the shock on Nathaniel's next turn. There's also just a chance that Nathaniel can't block this. Improbable, but possible nonetheless. I would love to win the game this way. Somersault?
If only.
Thought you were waiting till resolution. I was like, bro, you're such a bagman. I was like, just play it. It's like, just play it. Reveals a lightning surge.
He's got the D-React.
I do, and the fact that you have to reveal the lightning surge makes me feel so much better.
Do you have 2 D-Reacts?
I do.
Oh my god, you're just the worst.
I'm so good at this game. Never punished.
And I didn't draw the blue. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
6.
Ugh.
I think you keep swarming there and come for 2 rune chance plus 4. Oh, you're talking about last turn? Oh, block with the Command and Conquer and then make 2 rune chance and swing 4. He would have pitched a blue and then blocked with 1 card and kept 2 cards like he did and went down to 1. So it would have been the same, right? Except we were able to like force him into a weird spot. I think it actually was better for us to play the Command and Conquer, right? Because he blocked Rabble, a Static Shock, and he would have been able to. No, that wasn't the 2 blue hand, was it? That was not the 2 blue hand.
That was already in.
Ignore me. I definitely think it would have been better to throw 5 last turn and Arsenal to CNC. I think this turn we're gonna throw this and then Arsenal this, right? Because it's like guaranteed win if we ever get to keep 2 blues. Oh, you love to see it. Oh, you love to see it. This is actually a scenario where throwing the grasp like in the rune chance would have been worse that turn. Would have been worse that turn. All right. Talk about what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we've got the deck pulled up. Let's just talk about it. Like, let's just talk about the deck and like sideboards and 2-ofs and how it works. So Nathaniel and I have been talking a lot, and like I'm currently on the 45 card main deck because I like this a lot. I think it works very well with like our whole plan. My sideboard is very flexible, which is what I like about the Aurora sideboard. What cards would you consider playing as a 2-of in the sideboard?
Exude.
Okay.
It's like I don't know if it's one of those things you need 3 of.
I
I think it's 2 of in mine. I can't remember.
2 exudes. You probably play 2 ninth blades.
Yeah, I play 2 ninth blades.
2
I have yet
flickers.
to play that matchup enough to know whether I want 3 or 2.
I've only played it with 3 in the side.
Right.
I needed to know if it was enough to win, period, with 3.
Yeah.
So you probably play 2 flickers if I had to guess.
I'm playing 3. I think that's another thing that we probably go down to 2 on.
So 2 flickers, 2 exudes, 2 ninth blades.
Yeah.
Ninth blade Felipe is for prism because it can't be reprimanded and it can't be triumphed. So that opens us up for 3 more cards.
Yeah, I think so. Now, I'm still figuring out if Somersault and Skizik are even it.
Okay. Are you talking about Serenade and Skizik?
Yeah, that's a whole. I don't know why I said Somersault. Yeah.
No, you're good. I'm going to be honest. Through, let's see, the amount of games of Aurora I have played with this list that you're looking at with clappers and everything in the deck, it's probably about 30 so far. I don't know. It might be closer to 40. I've played too many games, is the truth. That's just the hard facts of this. I am still living in a world where I think Gone in a Flash and Discharge are just better than Serenade and Skizik.
I'm starting to think so too. I think where you're really getting points is if you're having to play Vincent. Serenade is kind of good. You're just getting those extra points in.
Well, it's extra like it pitches extra. It's more it pitches extra, it's more combo. Like if you are able to go like Arc Lightning, Flicker, Serenade into like Skizik, it's insane.
Yeah. And that's its high roll potential, but its high roll potential is on a Flicker Wisp turn, which we're only playing into 1 matchup.
I mean, is it possible that we should be testing Flicker Wisp into Florian?
I wouldn't think so.
I'm probably going to try it a couple times just to see how it feels.
I mean, definitely need to try it.
I'm just going to try it.
I just wouldn't think that's the case.
I still don't think that's the case, but I'm willing to try it if enough people say something about it. And I had multiple people in the chat tonight say something. So like I think it's at least worth exploring that avenue to see what we come up with.
I think the first time it gets plowed under away from your arsenal, I just don't ever play it again.
Yeah, or the first time that like you're going for the 5-card hand and you have like the Felling and then like or the Command and Conquer, or even if like you have it lined up with a channel and they have the weakest link, it just feels so bad. So if we go down to 2 exudes, 2 ninth blades, and 2 flicker wisp, we have 3 slots. Is there a world where we can find enough cards to be able to play 3 discharges and 3 Gone in a Flash in the sideboard? Or is there a world where, hey Justin, what's up, dude? Is there a world where we can find 3 more 1-ofs we want to cut? So if we cut 3 more 1-ofs, it would give us an opportunity to play 2 discharges, 2 Gone in a Flash, and then 2 blues for the Jarl matchup.
Sure.
And that would give us like the most even spread into the field we could possibly take, I think. So off the top of my head, my thought process is you go down to 2 fries, 2 second strikes.
Yeah.
And then I think if you're going to play Skizik and Serenade, you have to have 3 of both.
I think so too. 2-ofs kind of feels real bad.
I just think they both feel clunky at 2 of.
Because That's in my deck.
So okay, what if we cut an Exude, we cut a Fry, we cut a Second Strike, we cut a Flicker Wisp. There's 4 cards.
Mhm.
Then we're going to cut all of the Ninth Blades. So we've cut 7 cards. We're going to add a Balance of Justice for that matchup. And then we have 6 sideboard slots, which is 2 Gone in a Flash, 2 Discharges, and then 2 like Warmongers. Also, Warmongers helps in the Vincent matchup because it's blues.
Right.
Do we think that balance is enough to win us the game consistently?
I do not know that. I think that's a testing thing. Balance, no cake.
I mean, yeah. Balance. Yeah. What a weird thing to hear somebody say out loud. Balance, no cake. But anyway.
Balance, no cake.
Yeah, here's the main deck, Tyler. Justin, so I get that like Discharge is not great, and it's like also one of the cards that I'm not a big fan of. There are 2 main trains of thought there. Discharge makes Gone in a Flash better because it's the best instant you can play with Gone in a Flash. And also Discharge is really good with Zap Clappers. And I don't know if Zap Clappers is worth it. I'm going to be honest. I have my testing matchups that I've been playing over the last couple days, and there's been a few games when it's actually just been insane.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's a cut, though, in general.
You think Clappers is a cut?
I think it's a cut. It's insane, but it feels kind of...
But when it's not good, it's bad.
More.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it feels win more when you're doing it right, and then it feels like it's real bad when you're not really able to do it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So 2 Exude. So we cut an Exude, we cut a Fry, we cut a Second Strike, we cut a Flicker Wisp. Let's see. That's 4. If we cut a Ninth Blade and a Zap Clappers, that gives us 6, which leaves us 2 Exude, 2 Fry, 2 Second Strike, 2 Flickers, 2 Ninth Blades. And then we don't have to go 2, 2, and 2. We could just go 3 Discharges and 3 Gone in the Flashes in the deck.
Yeah.
Or do you think that having the 2 blues for Jarl is better?
I think I just hate all the cards. They should give her some new cards.
The fuck did he just say? The fuck did he just... Y'all heard this shit. Somebody clip that. Jesus Christ.
I don't like Serenading Skizzik, and I don't like Gone in the Flash and Electrostatic Discharge. Just don't like any of them. Just give me Go again.
I mean, yeah. But I also don't like Gone in the Flash. Going to be testing out the new generic 0 for 4 in its place. The new generic 0 for 4?
Like a marked 0 for 4? Are we marking?
I don't... What? I agree. I agree that, like, I don't like Clappers enough. I've been testing it to give it its due diligence. But I'm not a fan of it over Grasp. I honestly almost just want to go back to playing Shock Charmers in the sideboard. But that's because I'm scared. I mean, is there any world that we're just going to play 7 equipment pieces and our sideboard is going to be Tunic and Greaves for equipment?
Well, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm not putting Shock Charmers in. Unless we just absolutely get rolled by Verdants. Then that's maybe like an include.
I mean, I guess that's fair. You're talking about Spark Spray. Spark Spray is what you're talking about.
Spark Spray. Oh, the...
Clappers is only good for the meme name. I mean, to be fair, the meme name is awesome. Like, literally get to say, get clapped. Man. All right, are you cool? Like, do you have something you need to do, or are you cool with just, like, doing this for a few minutes?
I mean, I'm going to go to bed here in a minute, but we're okay right now.
All right. So I had originally put that I was going to play Marvel Rivals tonight on the stream title. Chat, are you guys cool with me like working through the Aurora deck instead of playing Marvel Rivals tonight? Because if you are, I'm going to keep working on this because I would like to be able to like continue to work on the deck list from where we have it now. But if you guys would rather, I promise Marvel Rivals in the title, I will cut it and we will play Marvel Rivals the rest of the evening. Should have called the equipment cheap clappers. That would have been funny.
Spark Spray's a yellow, right?
Red in the new in the Armory deck. Red.
Oh, it is a red.
Yeah. Red for the first time in the Armory deck. All right. So we're gonna cut clappers. I'm just gonna cut it for the time being. So we cut an exude, we cut a fry, we cut a second strike, we cut a cake, we cut a flicker. That gives us 6 sideboard slots. Do you then want to be on 3 Gone in a Flash in the main deck and then 3 discharges in the sideboard?
How many cards do we have left?
We have exactly 6 cards to put into the deck right now. If we're on the 2-2, if we cut 2s and we cut the clappers, we have 6 cards we can add in. Which means the first thing that comes to my mind is we add 3 Gone in a Flashes into the main deck to have 48 cards. And then we add 3 discharges to the sideboard. That would mean we have a 48 card main deck. So sideboarding in the mirror would look like the 6 defense reactions, the Serenades, and the Skizzics.
Yep.
Into new, you would need 12 cards. It would be Exude Confidence, Fry, Second Strike is 6 of them.
And then the other 6 are Electrostatic Discharge and Gone in a Flash.
Well, Gone in a Flash are in the main deck at all times if we're doing it that way.
Okay, gotcha.
Like that's how in my head Gone in a Flash is a main deck card.
Gotcha.
I just think it has to be. Like it's a 0/4 that blocks 3 and has just stupid.
Well, either way, that's 60. So what are you taking out of the main deck? Because there's 45 in the main deck. Okay,
yeah,
I see what you're saying.
So if you put Gone in a Flash, it's 48. So you need 12. And the Exudes, Fries, and Second Strikes are 6. So you need 6 more. Which I think
is...
Hang on just a second.
Those 6.
We're gonna break my rule for just a second here. I'm just gonna see how I currently play into this. I'm currently on discharges. But if we do that, so if we bring in discharges from the side, then we have the option of bringing in shelters, sigils, flickers, oaths, or serenades and skizzics. So what if against new, we didn't bring in discharges and we brought in serenades and skizzics? So it would be 2 exudes, 2 fries, 2 second strikes, 3 serenades, and 3 skizzics.
But I thought that's specifically why we were trying to have Electrostatic Discharge and Gone in the Flash in the deck.
I mean,
is to not play that in that matchup.
It is, but the problem is the way we have the deck set up right now. That like with all the 2-0s, we don't have a clean 3 of. So like normally in that matchup, it would be 3 exudes, 3 fries, 3 second strikes, and then 3 discharges would be my 12 cards. But we don't have ways to make that work.
I feel like throwing 3D reacts is better than putting Serenades and Skizzics in.
Honestly, it makes me feel that way too. But like, I am a firm believer that the way you beat new is by not blocking.
Yeah.
God, I'm so bad at problem solving. I hate this. I hate starting at 57 cards. Ludiful, I know I'm not using dark mode. I'm the worst, dude. I am the worst. Hey James, what's up, dude? Okay, let's come back to new here in a minute. So for all aggro matchups, we have a very clean swap. It's shelters, sigils, skizzics, and serenades. Like it's a very, very easy swap.
Mm-hmm.
We're not playing second strikes then in aggro matchups, which I feel like is kind of wrong.
Yeah. So
God, Serenade and Skizzic just like messes up the whole damn sideboard.
That's what I'm saying. Do we even need like second strike?
You want to cut second strike? genuinely asking if that's what you want to do. Like, I'm not saying it's crazy, although I think it's crazy, but
You think that?
I mean, so if we put second strikes, like if we cut second strikes completely, we get to go back to this. And so then our sideboard plan into, we have not solved our problem. Our sideboard plan into new is to bring in 3 exudes, 3 fries.
Yep.
And then we're still stuck between serenades and skizzics or discharges.
Yeah.
God, it feels so wrong not to be on this. put in Promise of Plenty. It feels so wrong not to be on Serenade and Skizzic.
It does feel wrong. But it also feels so good.
Like, are we just not supposed to be on Ninth Blade?
I think that's the big thing that we got to figure out is if we need poppers.
Do we have to have Ninth Blade to beat Prism, or is balance just enough?
It doesn't seem like it's enough.
So, well, we currently have 74, so we need 6 more cards. So, if we put, let's see.
We currently have 74.
Yeah, there's 74 cards in the deck right now. Like, these maybe cards are not in the deck right now.
Okay, I see.
Because this is what we were doing just a minute ago. No, that's not what I wanted. This is what we were doing just a minute ago.
Yeah, take the, yeah.
Because I like having 2 exudes. It's good enough to have some number of, but I don't like 3 of it. I think it's awkward.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that Pudding Tam cut some number of shockwaves for his list. And it's possible that we need to cut main deck cards, to be honest.
Shockwave?
A Shockwave is the number one card,
yeah.
Arcanic Shockwave.
And, see, that's another thing that I was thinking is like some of these main deck cards, they're not starters. Like you've got Static Shock and Arcanic Shockwave.
What if we cut a Shockwave and a Static Shock?
Enders here?
Is there any world
you got nine turn enders in this main deck? I don't know if that's too much.
What are the odds that we're cutting a Static Shock and a Shockwave from the main? Because E-Strike can also be counted as a turn ender because it just draws a card. Let's try it. Let's just get crazy for a minute here. Let's say we decide to go back to Gone in a Flash and we add this into our sideboard. That puts us at 78, which means we have room for exactly 2 cards.
Second Strike and Fry.
So now, we have 46 cards in the main deck. So into aggro matchups, like into the mirror. Into the mirror, it's going to be the 60 reacts, put us up to 52. Second strikes is 55.
Is it Serenade?
58, 61.
So
cut like a 1 of Lightning Press?
Cut a second strike. 3 poppers.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
So don't play a second strike. So if that's the case, and we're not going to play a second strike, then we need... Oh, you were saying add in a popper back into the deck.
Yeah.
I thought you meant in the matchup, and I was like, I'm not even listening to you.
No, not in the matchup.
So you mean cut a second strike, add one of these in.
Yeah.
And then, in the aggro mirrors, we go up to 48 cards here. 51, 54, 57, 60. Into Prism, the plan is poppers, defense reactions, which is 9. So that's 55. 2 second strikes and 3 fries. could be 3 fries and 2 discharges in that matchup.
Matchup.
Into Prism. So like into Prism, it's the 9th blades, the sigils, the shelters. That puts us at 55. Is it 3 fries and 2 discharges? Or is it 3 fries and 2 second strikes? I feel like it's discharges.
So what else are we playing in that matchup? We got...
So we have our 46 card main deck. It's ninth blade D-Reacts, which is 9 cards to put us to 55.
Yeah.
I think that fries are automatic. They're a lightning non-conditional starter into Prism.
Yeah.
That's 58.
You don't want second strike. It's probably it's fries and discharge.
So it's 2 discharges in that matchup?
Yeah.
I don't hate that, to be honest.
Because second strike is probably just not always getting its value, probably clunking up your hand.
I mean, the second Herald Swing is a problem, but like we're just trying to slow them down as much as we can, Justin, is the thought process. So we have an aggro matchup sideboard plan. We have a Prism sideboard plan. What is the new sideboard plan now? So into new, we have 46 cards. We have Fries, which is 49. Exudes for 51. Discharges for 54. And then we're still in a spot where we have to bring in Skizzix and Serenade. How is this always the problem, child? How is new?
We still have it. It's because it's 6 D-Reacts. We have 6 D-Reacts on the side.
Are we just supposed to like cut some of the D-Reacts?
I don't think so.
Like they're so good.
Because we're gonna be playing Aurora more than anything. We're gonna be playing mirrors.
Man. I mean, Justin, it's actually kind of interesting because like I think that you'd be surprised how often balance is actually helping you in that matchup. Plus, I think you have to like change the entire build of the deck to be able to make that work with what we're talking about.
No written in the stars.
Hey, Florian, what's up, dude? Yo, James, let's go, dude. Thank you for that 2 months of Prime support, man. I appreciate it, brother. It means a lot. Thank you so much, buddy. I'm not a fan of Written in the Stars, guys, because it does not work with Somersault. I think Heaven's Claws is better for that reason. Yeah, I mean, I think that if we are going to play Serenade and Skizzix in the sideboard, we're gonna have to play it in a new. I think it's your only option.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the Florian deck was awesome, man. I really enjoyed it. Like, I think that's our only choice. Because, like, the other option we have...
Maybe we just flicker new.
I mean, you want to be that crazy. So now with the way I have it set up, without the Serenade and the Skizzix package, we have a 48 card main deck. We're on Shockwaves and Static Shocks. And then we have all the fries, all the second strikes. So right now the plan into new, hell, even this doesn't work really because it's 51, 54, 57. So we would need a one of card that we could bring in. I mean, I guess there could be some weird ass world where you bring in one flicker and try to make it work. Sorry, Song. We played, we played 6 games of Florian tonight. The games were pretty good. You should check out the games. Like, go back and catch the VOD. But we're working on the Aurora list that we're talking about taking to PT right now. I don't know how to make the deck work into the new matchup, which I think new is going to be very popular. Like, I think there'll be quite a bit of new.
What was the spread at Kobe? Can't remember.
I don't remember what the spread was. I know that there was a new at second place.
Let's see. I wonder if I can find it in one of the Discords here.
Like,
Yeah,
man,
Jacob Clements got second, I think, right?
yeah, it was. I just like having both of the defense reactions and the aggro matchups so much. Because right now, you cut a Shockwave, you cut a Static Shock, you cut a Second Strike, and then you can go back to playing Serenades and Skizzics. LOL, this is not Twitch. You can go back and watch it. We are not on Scar for a Scar. With the way we have the deck set up right now, if we do not put in the Serenade and the Skizzics, I would add Scar for a Scar into the deck. Adding Scar for a...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say adding Scar for Scar into the deck over the Serenade and Skizzic package solves our problem, but we're just playing my 80 from the freaking Battle Harden. Like, if that's what we do, we're just coming full circle.
I know.
Oh.
But no Shark Charmers. That part's trash.
And we're playing Ninth Blades now. And the problem is you can't play Skizzic without Serenade.
No.
Or vice versa.
I did for the past 6 games. And it worked out, but...
Man. 18 new out of 284 players at Kobe.
Yeah, fourth most played deck. I think that bumps up a little bit, percentage wise.
What, 6%
for PT?
Yeah, 18 out of 284.
Yeah.
18 out of 284 is 60. Is like it's 6 and a third.
Yeah, I think it's more like it's closer to.
I think it's easy.
Getting close to the 10%.
I think yeah, you're looking at 10% for new
PT.
Coming into PT. I agree. Oh, man. God, is there any world we're not playing Serenade and Skizzic?
There's a world, and I just don't know if we're at that world yet.
Yeah, I know. Yo, Song You, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. I guess it's...
Why mess up a good thing, you know?
What are you talking about?
The deck was already good before this Armory.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You know what I mean?
You're not wrong.
And all I know is that I had like 2 cards against New the other day, and I just didn't like it. Like, I still won. And then Marionette did the same thing to me. All the assassins.
I keep getting closer to getting fatigued, and it scares me.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't like that.
And if it's a good player, like, are they going to fatigue me, you know?
Oh, let's see. I've got the... This is the split. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I've actually got it up right now.
Hey, Cart, thank you for sending that to me, buddy. Yeah, there was 18 news. Aurora was the #1 represented deck.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's looking like Aurora's percentage probably for PT.
Oh, for sure. I completely agree. I completely agree with that. I think Aurora is going to be the #1 played deck.
It's like Lexi meta, but there's no triangle. There's just like 10 other decks underneath.
So, like, do we have to be on the Serenade and Skizzic plan just to be ready for the mirror? Or...
Well, we need to figure out if the mirror is that bad without it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're looking at my screen right now, like, this is 80 cards, and we have a solid sideboard plan into every matchup. So, like, right here, in the aggro matchup, like, the Mirror, Syndra, Zen, it is Shelter, Sigil, Second Strike, Scars.
Yeah.
Into new, you're looking at Fry, Scar, Second Strike, Exudes, 1 Discharge.
Yeah.
What's our Prism plan with this sideboard?
I like how you just found a way to even it out to 3s after all the work I did.
Listen, we have taken it back to 2s a lot here. Like, we have cut down on 2 cards, and we've cut an extra piece of equipment here. I actually think this is a more balanced sideboard.
For sure.
I like having 2 copies of Flicker Wisp.
I do too.
And I like the 2 copies of Exude. So, like, looking at this, what would you do? Like, where would you find... Like, what would you play as 2 ofs here?
Oh, right now? I don't know what we would want to put in over this. Because Serenade and Skizik is the only thing that I'm thinking of, like, putting in, and you just got to cut 6 cards for that. Like, you can't just do 2 of. From the way my list has been feeling.
9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. So we have 33 attacks in the main deck right now. If we cut Gone in a Flashes from the main deck and just put in Discharges, we could also cut Scar for a Scar. Like, we could just not play Gone in a Flash at all. No.
Oh, what is this? You've pulled up a completely different deck.
What?
Is this the same deck?
Yeah.
When'd you get Scar in here?
This is how many times I've changed it over the last, like, 5 minutes. Yellow Fry? Brian. Come on now.
Oh, man. Blue Fry works with Discharge.
I mean, we could play 2 Scars and 2 Second Strikes and 2 Ninth Blades, and then we have room for Serenades.
Honestly, I think we need to test, like, this deck right here. Like, what this is right here.
Like, just like,
Like
the
what
80.
you have. Test this deck against what we think an Aurora deck's going to look like at PT. If they were to put in Skizzix and Serenades. And not play Written in the Stars, because they shouldn't be doing that. But
so, sounds like I need to take this list, and you need to, like...
counter the list.
And you need to just, like, bring something that is tech for the aggro matchup.
Right.
And just play me, and we'll see if we can win consistently.
I think that's the plan.
I'm just going to have to find somebody to play Prism against online. And I'm just going to have to see if Vincent works with Flickers the way it's set up.
See if Kevin has a Facebook.
Listen,
he's lurking in purple.
I've got Kevin on
You got Kevin?
Yeah, I've got Kevin on Discord.
Oh, you got Kevin.
Yeah.
He's got Kevin.
Anyway, after you say it a bunch of times, yeah.
Or Paul Chin. You get his deets.
Okay. Anyway. Hey, DJ Shaz, what's up, dude? Yeah, I guess we'll just leave it like this for now. And I'm just gonna go back to the grind of testing the matchup and seeing what I can find. I mean, I'll try to play it against like other aggro matchups and see what I can put together.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we'll leave it here for now. The inevitability of life. Well, dude, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you for testing and playing games tonight. I'll yell at you later.
All right. See you, man.
See ya. All right. Well, guys, I have to say, I really enjoyed playing Florian tonight. Going 4-2 on Florian was really cool. Beating the Aurora matchup as many times as we did felt pretty good. I appreciate you guys, kind of like sticking around for a minute there and kind of hanging out while we were like teching, kind of like messing around with the Aurora deck and seeing what we can fix. There's a lot of things going into this deck right now, and like this is going to be the most serious testing I've done for an event ever because this is my first Pro Tour. So there's going to be a lot that goes into this. There's going to be a lot of work and time that gets put into this. So there'll probably be a lot of random streams where I just end up talking about Aurora and trying to figure out what I'm going to test and what we're going to change and stuff like that. So anyway, thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate you guys for being here and chilling. It means a lot. Don't forget, ! Codex in the chat. Get a copy of your own Codex journal. Yes, it is an affiliate link. Yes, I am like shamelessly plugging sponsors, but still, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty dope product. I've been really enjoying it. So make sure you check that out. See if you like it yourself. It's pretty cool. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Maybe if I can get out of here, if I can find the right button. Sorry, Justin said something before I left. I realized I couldn't find the button. Any plans on getting drafts in? Oh yeah, there'll be plenty of draft practice. I'm probably gonna try and like starting next week have one night a week where it's like just drafts and we're just like practicing the hunted draft and things like that. So for sure. All right, for realsies though, have a good night. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, guys.